Because you never can tell what tomorrow will be. You never can tell. You are doing level 2, level 1. What I'm saying is that the statement that comes with it, I hope you can keep up with it, because two can actually play the game. It's not. He can exceed more than keeping food. You can exceed more than storing food and doing this thing. This is my thing. You know what I ate today? You know what I ate today? Like I don't get. One short thing will come and be talking to me anyhow.
I will not now do something because I want to. I will not actively do something that to try and now hurt you or disrespect you. That's just the thing. That's just the thing. That's just the thing. I just need to understand that. Because, and I've already told you, if I'm not happy about something, you know that you will clearly see.
Okay. First off, you are all welcome to today's live stream. You're welcome to today's conversation. I mean, guys, as you can see with the look on my face, I'm sure that I'm not the only person looking this miserable. These biggest kids, they've been stressing my life out. In fact, this week has been emotionally draining. And today is only Wednesday, guys. It's not even Thursday yet. Thursday is the pool party. It's not even Friday yet. It's not even Saturday yet. Saturday is the Saturday night party where we know that all the madness even escalates, guys. It's not even Saturday yet. It's not even Sunday yet, where we get to see the eviction frenzy. And these housemates, they've been giving us back-to-back drama with a sprinkle of toxicity, guys. Hey, see, first off, I want to extend appreciation to Shirley and Sia, Nutricia, all of you amazing folks, that suggested that we have this extra day, to catch up on the happenings of the Level Up Mansion. Because indeed, trust me, come Saturday, we just might not be able to cover up everything because there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot. Even starting with the eviction on Sunday, guys. I mean, we definitely need to talk about that. Yes, we need to touch up on that one. So on this live stream today, we're gonna be talking about the eviction of Sunday. We're gonna be talking about Bella and Sheg's insanely toxic outburst, altercation on Monday, yes, inclusive of their breakup, inclusive of their 5 minutes later makeup, inclusive of Bella's declaration of desperation, of wanting to be in Sheg's life. Guys, we're going to talk about that one as well. And we're going to look at Groovy and Phyna's fight. Guys, that was the most petty thing ever. We're going to talk about that one. We're also going to look at the video we just saw, Chomzy and Phyna's fight. Somebody needs to bring Chomzy to me. I need to put her across my laps and use some cane on her bum bum because that girl is so freakingly annoying. We're going to talk about that one as well. And then we're going to talk about Groovy's, how should I call it? His lame excuse, called a reconciliation. We're going to talk about that one as well. Guys, I've just been pissed today. As you can see on my community tab, I dropped a post there. I said my head is full, guys. My head is full. And I'm sure that I'm not the only one that has a lot to say. So on this conversation today, as usual, it's going to be virtual. I'm just going to take out a few minutes to discuss all of this topics that I have outlined, and then I will share the link in the comment section as usual. And then, guys, please, anybody and everybody, feel free to click on that link, come on here and share your own opinion about things. All you've been observing, just feel free, come on here and share. But before I go ahead, I want to first of all appreciate those of you amazing people that literally camped on this live stream waiting for it to begin. Thank you all so much. I mean, who am I in the grand scheme of things? You guys humble me, you guys honor me, and I pray that you are all honored back as well. The way you celebrate me, I pray you are celebrated as well. Thank you all so much. And another thing, wherever you're joining this live stream from, please go ahead and drop your country's flag in the comment section. We want to identify, we want to recognize you. So if you're joining from Nigeria, let me see your Nigeria flags in the comment section. If you're joining from USA, South Africa, Uganda, Zimbabwe, all of you amazing folks, just go ahead and, drop your link. And let me also give a free opportunity to those of you that have your faves up for eviction this week. Yes, a lot of you have been asking me, Glory, who are you voting for? Guys, you know that I will never reveal the person I'm going to be voting for, right? It's strictly confidential. At the end of the season, as usual, I will reveal who I was literally supporting all through the season. All right. So if you want people to vote for your fave, this is the opportunity for you to canvass for votes for your fave in the comment section. All right. So I'm giving everybody free hand. If you want to campaign for your fave, go ahead in the comment section. Type the name of your fave in the comment section. I'm doing this because tomorrow is Thursday, and I think tomorrow is the last voting day of the week. After tomorrow, the fate is in the hands of those who have already voted. All right. So if you want to save your fave, this is the opportunity for you in the comment section. Go ahead, type in capital letters, let people see it boldly. Vote for blah blah blah. Vote for XYZ. Campaign massively for your fave. It's a free for all tonight. All right. I'm doing this as a favor because you've probably been saying that, oh, girl, you hate this one, you hate that one. Bikonu. It's a free for all. All right. So type the name of your fave that is up for eviction this week. Remember, there are 7 people, but the other people, they're not really important. Rachel is a fake housemate, so there's no need. So there's Phyna, there's Brian, there's Bella, there's Chomzy, there's Join, and there's who else? Who's the other person that's up for eviction? Guys, I can't even remember. But if you remember, just go ahead and type the name of your fave in the comment section, all right? Anyways, without much further ado, we're going to start. Now, beginning with the Sunday eviction, guys. Wow. See, if they say karma is a bitch, that was exactly what happens to Bbnaija on Sunday. So Bbnaija, with all of his shenanigans, all that he actually did in the house with regards to his square with Diana, with what's her name now, with Diana, with Rachel, with Amaka. Guys, this dude thought that he was going to be let off the hook that easy. But guess what? It wasn't that easy. It wasn't going to be that easy for him because this guy actually caused a lot of wahala in that house. He did. And to be very frank with you, even me, myself, I was really shocked that he was evicted on Sunday. I was shocked. I did not see that coming. However, I think it's now like the learning curve for him. You know, at least he should be able to learn a lesson or two from that event to know that it's not everywhere that you actually play. And sometimes, in as much as you want to come with a strategy to a show like Big Brother, you also need to tread carefully because sometimes people take offenses to what you do. A lot of the viewing audience did not like the way he was playing those 3 ladies at the same time. Yeah, I mean, the way the 3 ladies were going at each other, the way they were attacking each other, Diana, of course, attacking, what's her name, Rachel instigating by virtue of the fact that she's an agent of Big Brother, she's a rider. Yeah, so these ladies going at each other, people were actually really offended. That, okay, so all of these things are happening, and this guy is just chilling and watching like he doesn't know what's up. And he has this very, very interesting way of removing himself from all of that situation. So it makes it look like he's naive. He makes it look like he doesn't even know what's happening. Whereas, after every fight, after every wahala, you will see him, he will now go to Amaka's bed, you will go and squeeze chest, you will go and squeeze waist. After doing that with Amaka, you will now go and be playing with Rachel. And then you will now go and lie to different housemates that, oh, I don't like Rachel. I don't have anything, feeling anything for Rachel, blah, blah, blah. And then before you know it, he's going behind the corners to go and, like, if confusion was a person, Bbnaija was confusion to himself. Yeah. So his eviction, to be very frank with you guys, I think he kind of deserves it. Yeah, he did. He needs that period of reflection. So let him go outside the house and go and reflect on his actions and learn to be more decisive. Yes. Now, talking about Diana, guys, Diana is a sweetheart. I'm going to definitely miss Diana. And she's such an innocent person, but I was really pained after I saw her interview with Ebuka on African Magic, where she said that naturally she's a dramatic person. Naturally, she's very assertive. But looking at the fact that she's in her 30s, she got into the house filled with young people, young and vibrant, Gen Z people. And then she found herself in a position where she constantly needed to settle scores. She constantly needed to help people to maintain decorum. So that kind of messed up her game. And I was upset, like, girl, have you forgotten that this is a show where one person at the end of the season emerges as the winner? So who made you people's mother? Who made you people's parent? Why would you go into that house and then you're helping people to settle scores instead of helping people to get into scores, get into problems, so that the lesser, the merrier for you? So I was really sad, that she had to allow herself to get into that role. Yes, because it kind of really messed up with that game. But all the best to her. And then for Deji. Ladies and gentlemen, have you seen the latest Showmax video? See, after this live stream, just go ahead and check it out. Now I fully understand, because I've been saying it, that no, there is no way 1 minute. No, what is 1 minute, sir? For 2 weeks at a stretch. There's no way for 2 weeks Deji is seriously bad-mouthing Chichi, talking about, I cannot be with such a girl. She's not my standard. She's not my class. Blah, blah, blah. Rare, rare, rare. Talking and talking and talking and talking and yapping his mouth. Talking about, oh, she acts crazy. She's too loud. She's blah, blah, blah. And then on the day of the eviction, on the stage, he's going ahead to tell Ebuka that, oh, he really likes Chichi. After the show, he does not mind pursuing things with her. I said, come, what happened? There must have been a miracle somewhere that happened. Although I saw some, little tweakings here and there that happens beneath the sheet, but I wasn't 100% certain until the Showmax video came out, and I saw that these people, they actually did things. They did things before, but we weren't really sure if they actually shagged. But then Showmax video came out, and we saw, and I said, no wonder. In other words, this guy's message on that eviction stage, was very, very cryptic. I would love to pursue things further with the pom-pom, not necessarily Chichi herself. There's a possibility that Deji is now very much interested in what he tasted. I mean, guys, there's no two ways about it. I mean, that is what I'm calculating in my head. That's what I'm calculating in my head. Because this guy seems to be one person that has a mind of his own. When he makes up his mind about someone, that is what he goes for. I mean, look at the way he did Joey. Like, this guy literally dissed Joey in that house. He literally threw Joey under the bus. He lied to Joey. Yes, even though Joey might be all of that excessive at some point, but he played Joey to some extent. And now coming to come and say that, oh, it's Chichi all the way outside the house. We're going to see. We're going to see if we're going to have another Mercy and Ike Palava outside the house. Anyways, that's that for the eviction. Now, let's move on to Shex and Bella. So we already knew right from day zero that Shex and Bella's relationship is premium toxicity. We know. That's for those of us that actually knew, because there was actually that category of people who, who refused to see the light. But for those of us that have actually seen the light from day one, we knew. We did not need any soothsayer to tell us, or even to reveal to us that these people were in a very, very mutually toxic relationship. When I say mutually, because there was this funny campaign going on during the week, that between Monday and yesterday, Tuesday, people talking about, pray for Bella. Bella is going through some serious mental health issues. And I'm like, wow, are you people inside that house? Do you know what Bella is going through? Did she tell you that she's going through mental health issues? But we were literally, campaigning for Bella. Oh, save Bella, help Bella. Shex is messing up with Bella's mind. Yes, he is messing up with Bella's mind. But then there's also the part that Bella is playing in this whole thing, right? Bella is enjoying it. From what I observed, Bella is enjoying it. If she wanted out, she would have removed herself from that situation, or she would have sat down to reevaluate whatever she has with this guy, and then she would have questioned herself thoroughly and asked herself, is it worth it? For whatever reason, I am still holding on to this thing. Is it really worth it? But Bella is really not doing exactly that. So why would people say that Shex is the one that's actually brutally, messing up with Bella's mind? Doesn't really make sense to me at all. But to cut the long story short, let's even take it from the top, how the whole drama even started. Guys, it's the same old thing. It still boiled down to Shex's complaint about Bella's attitude. Oh, Bella is this, Bella is that, you're rude, you're arrogant, you're disrespectful, you're X, Y, and Z. Saying a manner of things about Bella in front of people as well, watering this girl's ego down, And it baffles me because, guys, I cannot imagine that in reality, in this real world that we all exist, outside of that confined space, that somebody would constantly embarrass me in public like the way Shex does to Bella, and then I will still open my mouth and say, no, I cannot let go of this relationship at this point in time, when there's 100 million naira at stake. Okay. No, but guys, it was quite interesting to see how these two people had an explosive argument. A very, very, in fact, I tag it explosive because Bella, for the first time, lashed out heavily at Shex. She shouted, she yelled at him, she threw back hurtful words at him, but she was very careful about the hurtful words. She shouted, she expressed herself, but not to the fullest. Because I knew that the Bella that I've been seeing in that house, going on the one-off from time to time, if Bella really wanted to go off on Shex, she would have done that conveniently without even blinking an eye, and Shegs will feel miserable about his life, about himself. She would have completely ridiculed his ego. But Bella chose not to. She only raised her voice. And that's not the first time we're seeing Bella reacting that way. So, guys, all things being equal, these people, they had their altercation, they quarreled, blah, blah, blah. And then Bella was in her bed and she was crying. And I was wondering, okay, what are the tears for? And a lot of people saw that Bella's position and they were like, oh my God, this guy has messed up with this girl's head. Oh my God, look at her. She's drained. She's tired. I'm like, yeah, she's tired. But the same dude, 5 minutes later, went to go and pack all his footballer's weight on her tiny frame and was telling her, babe, come here. Babe, come talk to me. Babe, kiss me. Babe, hug me. Jesus. Controlling much. And he was doing all of that. And Bella still hugged him. And then she was crying. I mean, guys, I was looking at all those things play out. And not even long afterwards, that same night, Bella still went ahead to go and have a conversation with Chichi. And then she was telling Chichi that she can't let go of her relationship with Shex yet. That she needs the relationship very badly. Guys, at that point, I laughed properly and I sipped my tea and I said, there you have it. There you have it. Like, for whatever reason Bella is holding on to that relationship, not only she and her God mind with me, I don't know. I don't care. But as far as I'm concerned, those two people, as I've always said on this channel, they deserve each other. Whatever comes to both of them, they deserve it for each other. Yes. And I do not in any way see Bella as a victim. Unlike what people are clamoring about online, oh, Bella is a victim of Sheg's abuse. Hell no. Both of them, they're abusing each other as far as I'm concerned. Both of them, it's a mutual pestilence. How do I even put it? Yeah, it's mutual. They are dishing out the favor to each other in a very, very mutually exclusive manner. Because you see all that toxicity they are dishing out to each other. Who born them where? Which audacity though? They can't even dish out that kind of toxicity to their fellow housemates, because why? They will put them in their place. Now that the housemates are woke, now that the housemates are hungry to get to the finals, they will wash them properly down. So the question people should be asking themselves is, why is it that Shegs and Bella, they are so comfortable, ridiculing each other that way, tearing down each other that way? I've always said that, hey, it's highlights at the end of the day. It's highlights. They are aware that the loudest housemates, those housemates that are overly hyper, overly active, most of the time they get camera moments because that's content for the show. Anyways, not to talk too much about Bella and Shegs, I just have to let you all know that Bella has said by herself that she's not leaving Shegs anytime soon. So for those people that think that Shegs is the one that is the abuser, no, they are both abusers and abusee, whatever that is. Anyways, moving on quickly to Chomzy and Phyna's fight for food today. Guys, I'm going to say this. Chomzy's a coward. Yeah, I call her a coward, and not out of spite, but out of what I have seen so far. Yeah. Chomzy, I love her spirit. I love her competitiveness. I love the fact that she is like the only female in that house that matches up to the energy of the male housemates. Whenever there is a task that involves the physicality of the individual of the house, Chomzy is the only female that matches up to the energy of the guys, and she does it unapologetically. And she says it out loud that she's very, very competitive. She does not like to lose. She likes to win, and I love that about her, and I love that for her. And I am that one person that is secretly rooting for Chomzy to be one of those female housemates that wins more sponsored tasks, that wins the most sponsored task on the show. And that's because when it comes to the arena games, the affairs of the arena, sponsored task or not, Chomzy puts in her best, not just out of creative talent, but also out of physical talent. But when it comes to that, her mouth, oh my God, that girl has a foul mouth. And it's very annoying how she uses it sometimes. But then sometimes I have to just pacify myself and remind myself that, Bbnaija, this is a game. This is a competition. So these housemates, they will get on each other's toes. They will do whatever it takes to demoralize the other person. Yes, so that the other person messes up their game. It's called mind games at the end of the day. And that was exactly what she did to Phyna today. Mind games. Mind games. And I was really sad that Phyna actually reciprocated her energy. And at that point in time, I was just wishing that Phyna would be able to pick her battles. Yeah, it's not everybody that comes at you or your level that you attack. Because at the end of the day, the two houses are merged now. And yes, the level two housemates, they own the proteins, that's the food, the meat, the beef, the chicken, whatever that's left in the freezer. Yes, but Fina should also learn to pick her battles. But then we know that Fina too is going through her own emotional instability with Groovy. So that probably explains why she decided to jump on that argument. And then Chomzy kept quiet and made her look like a mad person. And even went as far as calling her a mad person. And even went as far as saying that Fina looks like a mad person. Even went as far as saying that, oh, this short person, this short mad person that will be coming at you, I'm not going to reduce myself. That was really sad to hear. And I hate it when people body shame people on Big Brother because, to be very honest, if we want to sit down and start analyzing how each and every housemate that has body shamed another housemate looks, trust me, this live stream will not end today. So it really pains me when they just so conveniently open their mouth and then they begin to body shame their fellow housemates. And I'm like, do you know how you look? But that's by the way, it's not my battle to fight. Yeah, but I said that Chomzy is a coward because she claimed that Fina actually said something. Guys, let me put it to you that Fina did not say anything offensive. I watched, like guys, I followed the show and I had to go back and rewatch the particular conversation that she said that Fina was saying something yesterday that, oh, I will not give any level 2 housemate that gives any level 1 housemate food, blah, blah, blah. Guys, they were actually having friendly banters in the kitchen yesterday. They were having a friendly conversation. They were joking. They were happy. They were smiling. And mind you, Fina does not have any beef whatsoever with Chomzy. She doesn't. So today, Chomzy just decided to, cause some problem because she knows that one way or the other, Fina was going to react. And she caught Fina right where she wanted Fina. So Chomzy scored a point, but she also presented herself to be a coward to us, the viewers. Because when she was asked over and over and over again, okay, what exactly did Fina say? Because she kept on saying, that statement you made, I hope that outside the house, you can stand by it. I'm like, what's wrong with this one? Outside the house, you know who is who? Outside the house, do you know which housemate is going to be the most popular? Do you know which housemate is going to bag the most endorsement? Do you know which housemate is going to be signed by bigger brands? What do you know? Girl, just shift a bag. I said because of food, you have become a prophetess. Because of food, you're now looking at the future. And she was bragging that, oh, she's not hungry. She has. So yeah, you don't have to carry it on your head. And she did not even take a time to find out who owns the spaghetti or the macaroni that Fina was cooking. Guys, it's just very messed up. The point for me is that Chomzy just acted like a coward. Because for me, I'm all about saying it the way it is. Say it in the face of the person that you want to attack. You said that Fina said something, and Fina kept on asking, okay, say it. What exactly did I say? Repeat it. And she refused to say it. And then she was whispering it at the table where there was a Bella. Okay, fine. You said it to Bella. Oh yeah, say it out in the open. Let the whole house hear. Since your agenda is to implicate Fina, is to make her look like the villain. Oh yeah, say it out there. Her mouth closed. I don't like cowards. Nah, I like people who with their full chest, they say it. So if Chomzy is a strong woman or an alpha female as she likes to present herself to be, don't just be an alpha female in the arena. Of course, you are using that energy to make money, but also use it inside the house. Don't be a coward. That's by the way. Now, talking about the Groovy and Fina's issue. Guys, I listened to their almost 20 minutes conversation today where Groovy was trying to, not even trying, he was actually making excuses for himself as to why Fina is the reason they are having issues in their relationship. And I looked at this guy, I'm like, wow, this guy has really learned a lot from Shetsu. This guy has mastered the art of gaslighting and manipulation. And all of those Groovy's fans that are coming at me, coming to come and drag me, I've not started. Don't worry, you will be choking on my tweets very soon. No, I mean, these are things that we see on the show, we see on TV, and some people decide to have a headache over it. Am I your fave? Am I your fave that does not know how to, open their mouth and break up a relationship that they feel they are not comfortable with? Because it's very obvious that Groovy does not want to be with Fina anymore. It's obvious that that thing in his head that makes him want to constantly change partners and switch to the alpha females of the house, it has started ringing in his brain. Beauty was an alpha female. So he got down with Beauty. Yes. And oh my God. Right now I feel so bad because Beauty really said a lot about this guy during her media rounds. That guy is very, very manipulative as well. That the guy the guy is very controlling. But because of how quiet he is, because of how innocent he looks, people do not really see it. People just think that, nah, this guy is the victim, is the victim, is the victim. And then they use the word trauma. Oh my God, the trauma he went through with Beauty. I am guilty of using that word as well. I have said it before that, oh my God, this guy went through some emotional trauma. Hey, Jesus Christ. Beauty, wherever you are, forgive me. It's not like Beauty is innocent. Beauty also traumatized that guy, but it was a mutual traumatic experience of both of them. Both of them, they traumatized each other. Oh my God. The things that Groovy is doing at the moment, oh my God, this guy is freaking controlling. I listened to Phyna's conversation with Bella this afternoon. I almost removed my wig and I was almost screaming. This girl said a lot. She said their relationship did not have a label before. It never did. She went into that thing because she just wanted to vibe. But then it's obvious that the way she expresses herself, it makes it look like she's catching feelings easily. That was her explanation. I don't know how true it is. I'm just relaying the information. And then, when the party started happening, she said Groovy was the one that started laying down the rules. That, oh, Phyna, I don't want you to dance with this person. I don't want you to dance with that person. This was the same thing that this dude, this pink-headed boy, oh God. This is the same thing that pink-headed boy did with Beauty. He started setting down the rules. Oh, should we dance with this person? Should we not dance with this person? He started it. Why? Because he wants to covet, he wants to control the people that these ladies interact with. And guys, think about it. People who are skilled in the art of manipulation, they like controlling the actions of their victims. They like controlling and owning the social circle of their victims. That's what they do. People who are skilled, that is exactly what Shex is doing with Bella. The only sad thing is that Bella is actually enjoying it. In her mind, this is the prayers that I have been praying to God for a husband, for a perfect man. Oh, God has answered my prayers. That one is still blinded. Let her shift to one side first. But Groovy, that's exactly what Groovy is doing with Phyna in a very, very coded way. And because Phyna is the loud trumpet in that relationship, people do not really see what this dude is doing. Same thing goes with Beauty. Because Beauty is the loud one, people are not really seeing what's happening. So according to Phyna, Groovy is the one that actually defines the relationship. Guys, I am a witness to that conversation. That conversation happened the night, that Sunday night that Big Brother merged the house together. Yes, Groovy put a label. Beauty, what's her name? Phyna asked, what are we? And he put a tag on it. She asked him, are you happy being with me? If you're not happy, tell me so that I can give you space. He said, don't worry, I am happy. Why did that conversation happen? It was because Chizzy had a conversation with Groovy and had advised Groovy that you see this girl that you're with, whatever interest you have with Chomzy, make sure you dead it. Why? Because this girl is a strong contender. Now, what I'm not really sure about is if Chizzy gave Groovy coded information that Phyna in week 1 already has a rising fan base. I don't know. Remember, Chizzy got into the house, I think, in week 3, if I'm not wrong. Yes, in week 3. So I don't know. I'm not really sure if Chizzy actually gave that guy, some information that this girl, she has a fan base outside. But what he told Groovy was that whatever intentions you have with Chomzy, dead it. Because that girl, she has a huge supporting group because she had survived evictions how many times. So if you too, you're up for eviction, they might likely support you so that you survive as well. But that was the night that Groovy decided to find the ship with Phyna. So ladies and gentlemen, Groovy is not in love with Phyna. Nah, Groovy is not romantically attached to Phyna. It's all about the physicality. It's a thing of the mind, right? You are playing a game with someone. People are involved in kissing, touching, smooching. In a way, you're going to get physically attached to the person. But it's also possible that your emotions are not attached to the person. But one major skill of a manipulator will try and succeed in controlling the people around their victim. That's why with Shanks and Bella, you will see that even though Bella claims to have friends in Chi, in Chomzy, you will never hear her discuss the issues that she has with Shanks with any of those people. Even doing that things that she knows what's happening, Doing does not know. With Phyna has become so isolated. The first time she really broke down what's going on between herself and Groovy was today. She talked about it with Chi. She talked about it with who? With Bella. And that's because Bella approached her. And guys, it was such a funny sight to behold. In my mind, I'm like, wow, the abusee, the one in an abusive relationship is the one that is coming to come and give relationship advice to the one that is actually woke to a situation. Guys, that was really hilarious. And I just like, you know what, I can't even take this people serious. I thought you should just leave me alone. Yeah. And then the one that really pissed me off today in that their conversation was that last night, what even caused their issue, it wasn't major. It wasn't major. The guy just fled up. He just wanted to fight. And this is the second time Groovy is doing this. The moment he fled up, what did he do? He went into their closet area and he started removing all these things because both of them, they share one wardrobe. So he went and removed all these things from that closet. And then he switched beds. He went to Giddy Fire's bed. He left the bed that he shared with Phyna. He left that bed. And this is not the first time he's doing it. This is like the second time. Although Phyna said that, whenever they have issues, that's what he does. And so I'm asking myself, okay, why is it such a big deal? If this girl irritates you so much, you complain about all she does, like literally everything she does, even her existence, you complain about it. If she irritates you so much, break off the freaking relationship. It's not shackles. You're not in bondage. Nobody is holding you to ransom. But he doesn't want to leave. And guess what? Why do you think they had that conversation today? Why did Groovy have that conversation with Phyna today? It was because Phyna gave him food. It was because Phyna gave him food. The guy had been gallivanting the entire kitchen today, looking for who would give him food. Guess what? They lost their wager, so there's scarcity of food in the house. So he was looking for who would cook. He was looking for who would give him food. For where? Nobody gave him food. And then Phyna prepared food, and after he ate, Tina decided to go and have that conversation with her. Ladies and gentlemen, Phyna is not even innocent in this conversation at all. In my opinion, I think Nemesis is beginning to catch up with her. Like, how do you think that just after 1 week of beauty getting disqualified, you allow yourself to get into a relationship with Groovy, you think everything is going to go smoothly for you? It's never going to be that way. You too, you go collect water, as they call it. You too, you collect your own trauma. You collect your own. And that's exactly what's happening to Phyna at the moment. So her complaining and whining and feeling miserable, guys, I'm not surprised because it was expected that she would receive as well. It was expected. It was expected. And to be very honest, is it fair? I would say yes, it is fair. She needs to also experience it to understand that this guy is also playing his game, just as she intended to play her game initially by getting into a relationship with him. Everybody is doing their own, so nobody is a saint. Nobody is innocent in this. Groovy is playing his game the best way he knows how to, so it doesn't make him the villain here. Phyna is not a saint. She's also a villain because she's also playing her own game. Yeah. The only downside to it for her is that the game that she thought she had control of, she doesn't have control anymore over anything. Because Groovy automatically started feeling during this week that he has been emasculated in that relationship. Phyna is the stronger personality. Phyna is the one that is controlling everything. So I need to start speaking up and I need to start taking control. And he told her outrightly that I want to be able to control you when you are loud. Knowing fully well that loudness is the highlight that Phyna brings to the show. So everybody now wish, everybody they praise for that house. Everybody gets sense. I think that they don't have sense. Everybody is doing their own. And guys, there's absolutely nothing wrong about it. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to chill right here and start sharing the link in the comment section. I don't want to talk too much because today it's all about you guys. I want to hear from you. I've been dropping videos every day, yes, and I've been sharing my own thoughts. So let me just go ahead and share the link in the comment section below. So if you have anything you want to contribute to this conversation from everything that we've highlighted so far, please just go ahead and click on that link immediately and let's get into the conversation quickly. All right, so the link is going to drop in.
To be evicted is Bbnaija.
What?
I'm ready to end it. I want it so badly.
Give a fuck. You are holding sex.
I really love you. I just don't feel like I can do this anymore.
Final housemates up for eviction are Rachel, Cheesy, Doing, Elo Swag, Phyna, Chomzy, Bella.
80% of us that are in ship now, when we are out, we are giving people 1 month. Everybody will go.
Yes, what will you do? Stop.
Let me check some sound.
Okay, I thought I should just show you guys the highlights of the week. These people, they've been richly entertaining us. Not a small thing. Whoa. Okay, so we have some amazing people on here. Just going ahead to add everybody. So you all are especially welcome. You're especially welcome. You're welcome to the live stream. You're welcome to the live stream. Hello, 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 hello.
Hi.
Hi,
Hi.
good evening, Peter.
I'm up first. Okay.
Yes, you're up first, Peter. So I'm going to mute everybody else so that I listen to you, and then I'm going to add everyone person. So how
Hello?
are you, Peter? Good evening.
I'm fine. I'm even cooking like dinner. I have to put it off so I can
So
talk.
do you want to call back later, or do you want to pause your dinner? Which
No.
one?
I
So
have to
that
continue. I have to continue.
okay, all right. So let's have
First
your
of
full
all,
attention.
I started watching you from when you were analyzing Real Housewives, and like
Oh,
I
nice.
really so I carry off my video. So and I really liked it, and I liked like your kidney. And like when I moved here, because I'm in the UK now, I moved from Nigeria. I had no way of
Oh,
watching Big Brother until I subscribed for Showmax. So I was watching your reviews, and I really enjoyed them. That's first things first.
thank you.
Um,
Thank
yeah,
you.
I've always wanted to be part of the live stream, so I'm happy I'm part today.
I'm
The
glad you're
second
actually.
one, most of these ships, I do not like them. They are, is I'm someone like by sight I get irritated and annoyed easily, and the sheep they're disgusting me. What's Kilo Pay begs them Shella and Begs, I'll be Begs and Shella. Your stupid name.
Bella
Shegs.
and Shen.
Bella and Shegs. That their relationship. I don't like it. From the first day I saw that Shegs boy, like I felt that he wouldn't really bring anything to the show. Because even from the live, like from his entrance, it was like he's just there for the girls and everything. And from the way like even the audience were like grabbing him as if they wanted to steal off his clothes, I was like, okay, this guy will make it far because of like pretty privilege. Because the guy is beautiful, whatever. So I thought you make it far. I don't think you bring anything to the show. So he somewhat disappointed me because he has brought his toxicity. So he has disappointed me. Now Bella, on her own, I don't even like her. She's too rude for my liking. She's just too rude. And this relationship, it's her own business, to be honest. I won't. I don't think anybody should be in that kind of relationship. Like, it's horrible. Like, from the first week when his ex dropped like the whole abusing video, to me, I just felt something was wrong with this guy, and I started looking at the signs, and I just saw them like the way he's so proud, so boastful, the way he's always spinning the narrative. Adekule thought that him and what's that name again? Oh, Bella be begs. Bella. Adekule thought that him and Bella's ship was fake. He spun the
Yeah.
narrative to make it look like Adekule was treating him anyhow because he's a rich
Yeah.
boy and he's trying to use poverty to gain
Yeah.
sympathy votes. But I'm like, and then he now started saying that in which Big Brother have you seen couples go far? But is he stupid? Does he think we are stupid? The same Big Brother that Nini and Saga last year, they made it to the finals. Emmanuel that should have been evicted since like week 3, he made it to the finals, and he's saying that which Big Brother Messier kid that was in a ship, even though her ship partner left, she was the winner. He's saying that which Big Brother. To me, that does not make sense. You know what you are doing. You know what you are doing. All these things he's doing, he knows what he's doing. As for Groovy, that guy, he's giving me snake vibes.
He
It's
is.
just like you do small, you hide. Do small, you hide. Why? Like to me, and even Phyna, in that their conversation, one thing that just set me up was saying, "I want to be able to control you." That particular statement, it sounded the wrong way. It was
I
weird.
cringed. I cringed when he said that. I cringed.
Like who says that? You feel like God self. Tani Mumu, are you stupid? I don't know you, but I'm just saying anything. But is she stupid? You heard somebody say how to be able to control you, and you to not say let me run away. Like that's just and even the ship Phyna from the first week, that week that Big Brother reprimanded her and Shegs for always telling the housemates what the viewers want. She said it that they should be in ships. So when she first entered this thing, I knew it was a strategy. All this I don't even know, sucking off Groovy's face and the sounds they are making. All of it is a strategy. I already knew it. But like now, I don't know if she's getting sucked into it or she's pretending.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll find out. The week is not over yet. Thank you very much, Peter. Thank you very much for your contribution. And I'm really glad that you watched the show. I'm happy that all the things you're saying is not from my mouth. You watched the show by yourself. Okay, so let's quickly move on to the next
Sorry.
person.
Then even Chichi Adeji, the show Max video surprised me. Because I was
Why are you
watching the
surprised?
boss.
What's about to happen?
I mean, I guess so, but I don't even know. I did not expect to see what my eyes saw.
Anyway, your eyes have seen it. You cannot unsee it anymore. All right, thank you so much, Peter. Thank you. Okay,
You're
let's quickly move
welcome.
on to 18 now. Hi, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready, Glory.
Good evening. Thanks for joining the conversation this evening.
Thank you, Glory. I've been meaning so much to join your live stream, and I'm so happy to be here tonight.
I'm glad
I
you're here.
mean, I started joining you from Nigerian Idol season 7
Oh,
this year. Yes,
nice.
and I've always liked your reviews about shows. You're doing
Thank
a good
you.
job.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So
What
that
are
was
your
just like
thoughts about all this plenty toxic shit here and there? What are your thoughts?
the ship, especially Shex and Bella. I hate those two. I
Child.
won't lie to you. Anytime I see them, I get angry. And you know, when Sheikh started showing his toxicity, I was feeling for Bella. I was like, this girl is suffering, no, this girl. But I came to realize that Bella is actually enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
Bella likes the toxicity in the relationship.
Of course.
I think that's a way of creating her own highlight, because probably when Bella was this is what I think, probably when Bella was coming onto the show, initially she thought whatever she had, whatever strategy she had as a person was enough on the show.
Mm-hmm.
But she came on and she realized that people had actually come on with serious strategies. So she just decided to do the whole Shex thing and move along with Shex. What she's not realizing is that Shex is putting her in a Shex is showing his light by dimming Bella's light.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
she's not realizing it because she thinks whatever she has with Shex is actually putting her out there. I always get angry whenever they come on my television. I just reduce the volume. I don't want to hear whatever they have to say. And doing the therapist. Oh my. I'm so glad that Cheesy is taking her out of the whole therapist thing.
Yeah.
I'm really glad he's taking her out, because it was actually affecting her game. Doing is an
True.
alpha, but this whole Shex and Bella ship, doing in the middle, trying to solve ships here and there. I'm happy for the girl, I must say.
Yeah. Yeah.
For
Mm.
for Groovy and Phyna, you know, let me say this: the first time I saw Groovy with Beauty, there was something off about that boy. There's this popular saying that you should fear quiet people. I'm in Ghana, and in Ghana we believe in that saying so much, that
Mm.
fear quiet people. when someone appears quiet, most of their they keep most of their thoughts. And loud people are usually seen, but the quiet ones are not seen. So whatever happens between a quiet person and a loud person, you see the loud person and you never see the quiet person. So when the thing happened between Groovy and Beauty, even the way he took the entire thing when they entered the house after the party, I was like, no, there's something off about this boy. There's something off about this boy. He knows what he's doing. He wanted to have Beauty do something that will put her off. Then you have something to hold on to and say, I cannot be with Beauty anymore, and move to the next person. Unfortunately for Beauty, she had already messed up her game and she left the show.
You
Phyna.
know, I mentioned it. Sorry to cut you short. You know, I mentioned it that if a guy claims to love you and you are going crazy, you're going on a one-off, he will hug you and you will
Yes,
calm down. He will
he'll
remove
calm
you
you
from the
down.
situation. Did you notice
Yes.
that night that she was going off on Ilebaye, this guy stayed on his bed and he sat like this. He kept quiet, so Beauty went mad. Then he came back and came to look for food to eat. That I mentioned
Groovy,
in my video like this. People were like, oh, what did you expect him to do? I said he was supposed to calm her. He
he
was
was
supposed to
supposed to calm
pacify her.
her. Yes.
Huh. Please carry
He
on.
was he was supposed to come and he knew what he was doing. He didn't expect a disqualification, but he wanted Beauty to do something that you can hold on to and say, Beauty, I cannot be with you anymore, and then move to the next person. And for Phyna, I'm really surprised at Phyna. As much as I know Phyna wanting to be in a ship, it's actually a strategy. But I know that Phyna is a very smart lady, and I expected her to do better. She could have been in a ship, but not with Groovy. Phyna, the way Phyna moved towards Groovy after a week, it was off. Then that thing was off. And what she's not realizing is that Groovy has that aura. People like that, they have this bad energy. When you get close to them, they mess you up. You don't know, but they mess you up. And this whole season 7 Big Brother Bbnaija, I've watched from the beginning till now, and I've come to realize that the organizers of the show were able to take their time and identify individual personalities, and that is why they even pair them in rooms. Groovy and Shakes have similar personalities. They have similar personalities. They are the same. Just that Shakes is more outspoken. Groovy is more silent, but they have similar, but they are both narcissists, they are both controlling, they both feel to alpha females, and then they use them to elevate themselves. That is what those two do. And Phyna, I think Phyna should have seen that. But unfortunately, Phyna didn't see it, and she chose Groovy as her strategy. And I think now, if Phyna is not careful, if she doesn't take herself out of that ship and she stays in that ship, it's going to mess her up. It's going to mess up her game in that show. Because Groovy is trying to clamp her wings. And from the look of things, it's two things. It's either she falls for whatever he's doing, and he dims her light and lets his shine, or she just moves away from that ship and become the alpha female that she is, the Phyna that she is. Because Phyna as an individual is a stronghold. Phyna doesn't need a ship. Phyna doesn't need anyone to shine. Phyna shines on her own. And if she doesn't realize it early, I'm really sorry. I really fear what could happen in the next few weeks in the show. Yes.
Thank you.
And
Thank you very much.
yeah.
Thank you. We have to
Thank
quickly
you
move
very much.
on. But really, thank you
Sure.
so much. You hit a lot of nails in several points there. And I love what you said about the similarities in Groovy and Shek's personalities. And let me put this disclaimer out there again that this is a show, right? This is a competition, and whatever kind of personality these housemates possess, you'll find out that their personalities are coming out to also contribute to the strategies that they are
Yeah.
playing. These two
Exactly.
people, they are so similar, right? And in their own way, they are kind of toxic. And so they are using it to play their game. And in a way, it's yielding results for them with their victims, with their opponents, right? I mean, look at when Chelsea had the altercation with Adekunle. Adekunle was mentally messed up for like 2 days.
Yeah.
He was subdued mentally, was
Yes.
drained. And that was why when the merger happened, Adekunle was jumping around like a free bird. Because if he
Yes.
had remained one moment in that house upstairs with
It
Shed,
would
he
have
would
messed
have
him up.
probably beaten somebody else. Yeah, he would have
Yeah.
messed up. Anyway, thank you so much, Istina. Thank you so much. Let's quickly move on to Fifi. Hi, Fifi. Hello.
Hi, Glory. How are you?
I'm fine. Good
Hello?
evening. Welcome. Welcome to the
Thank
conversation.
you. Good evening to I know I'm glad to be back. Kongzon appearing once again on the bars.
Thank
It's always
you.
nice to know that you're just aiming like goals. Kudos.
Yes. Yes. Oh, by the way, guys,
Um,
now that Fifi mentioned this, let me just let you all know the latest episode of The Boss is out on Showmax. That's episode 11. And I featured with other guests. We, as usual, analyzed and dissected the happenings of this season of Big Brother. So please go ahead, show some support, watch it. And please come back on this channel and give me your feedback. Let me know what you think. There's a post on my community tab to that effect. So you can watch it and then let me know your thoughts in the comment section of that post. Okay, Fifi, let's continue. What do you think about
yeah.
the drama that happened between Chomzy and Phyna today? I don't know if you caught up on that drama.
I did. I did. Oh my goodness. I've been stalking your page like since when that drama was happening. I went on YouTube. I was just clicking on anyone who had something to say because I was dying. I was
Yeah.
dying mainly because Chomzy has been looking for Phyna this week since her diary session.
Mm-hmm.
Chomzy has been looking for trouble from Phyna. Sorry, for trouble from Phyna. Reduce the volume since this week started. Yeah, I noticed
Mm-hmm.
it with Chomzy is trying to create this whole narrative of like she's the hottest chick in this house, and so
Yeah.
every guy wants her, which means every girl is probably jealous of her. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then I don't know, she has been having it for Phyna like since Phyna came into the house, since the merger happened. It was groovy. So I felt like today, all of a sudden, when I turned on my TV and saw her fighting with Phyna over food, and they're asking her, what did Phyna say? What did Phyna say? She's like, you better back it up. You better back it up. And the confidence this girl had while she was seated next to Groovy, and Groovy was all relaxed, looking at the whole drama passing him by, like, oh my goodness, Glory.
Groovy did
I
not want,
was mad.
let me tell you this. Groovy did not want to interfere because Groovy has a plan. As at yesterday, he was telling Chomzi that they needed to talk. And Chomzi mentions to him that, oh, this every time you tell me, let's talk, let's talk. I wait for you, you don't show up, we don't talk. What's happening? So the way he picked up on that quarrel with Fina last night, it just explains that, this guy has a plan. He probably wants to move on to Chomzi, and Chomzi at the moment is kind of being a bit detached from Elo's swag. So it's like, okay, I need to move on to this guy. Fina is up for eviction. She probably will be evicted this week. So I need to have a backup plan. That's from from Groovy. Then Chomsy, on the other hand, she's preparing herself, right, to be available. So when the whole quarrel was happening at the dining area, what she was talking, Groovy did not want to support Fina, right? Because, hey, let me not put all my eggs in one basket. Let me just chill. Let me not interfere in this whole thing. He knew that Chomsy was wrong, but he did not want to interfere so as not to kill his chances of the plans that he has in the work. Please continue. Fifi, are you there? Hello? Whoa.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm there, Glory. Sorry,
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
having a small network issue, but yeah, I feel like Chomzy and Groovy, Chomzy and Groovy are
Mm-hmm.
shady characters, and they are players. You know, Chomzy was already
Mm-hmm.
giving me the vibes of Dusky gave me last season.
Yeah. Yeah. Please carry on.
Network. Hello. Yes, Glory.
Yeah.
Sorry, my
Okay.
network.
So let's do this, Fifi. Let's do this, Fifi. Go ahead and fix your network, all right? And then please come back, use the link, and I'll definitely add you back. Okay, quickly, let's move on to Deborah. Hi, Deborah.
Hi, Glory. How
Welcome
you
to the
doing?
conversation. I'm fine. Thanks for joining.
Thank you. Looking gorgeous as always.
Thank you. Thank you. I wish I
You're
could see
always
you
having
myself.
us every single time. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, let's talk about the
Okay.
Fina and Groovy situation. What do you think is happening there? What do you think? Do you think
Okay.
these people are playing each other, or do you think at the moment Groovy is having the upper hand in that relationship?
They're actually playing each. They were actually playing. I would say where because I think Fina was, really self-aware of herself in the relationship. But right now, it's like Groovy is about to take the reins from her, and it's just going to be like Groovy in full control. I just want to say one word for Groovy's personality. There are other words for him, but Groovy is the kind of guy that will like set fire to a building. I'm like, and just go sit down and like let's watch it burn. That's Groovy.
Word.
That's
Yeah, I
Groovy.
think so. Mm-hmm.
He did that with Beauty. I know Beauty had our other side, and I think he saw that vulnerability in Beauty. That was
Mm-hmm.
why he used what it is that he knew was her vulnerability, and then she ticked, and then she was just a victim. That's just true. I'm not saying Beauty is totally
Yeah.
what's it called, innocent of everything, but
Mm-hmm.
he, the Beauty stuff, he initiated it. He just set
I
fire to
agree with
it, and
you.
then just like when you said everything started and he didn't even care, he didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing he's doing to Fidel, like you're not there. He's
Yes,
just there, like
I
he's
agree.
actually not there. Why I just said Giri is the type of guy who would set a building, who set fire to a building, and then just sit down and
Mm.
watch.
Well, I don't know what's wrong with the connection today, but I'm really hoping that this connection does not mess
Just
up
like I
everything.
agree with Esin. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
carry
so
on.
the organizers of this show, they are very intelligent people. When they what's it called? When they put people together, I know they can't have 100% similarities. Obviously, yes, but then at least 50% or above, they would have. There are things that connect them. We've heard it from different housemates who like, oh, this person is like this. My lockdown roommate was like this and like that. I was just waiting for people when people were saying, oh, Gubi is a cool guy. Gubi is this. I wonder how him and Shegs are, roommates. In my head, I'm just like, don't worry, you guys will see. In my head, I was just
Yeah,
like, you guys will see because I'm not sure the organizers are not stupid.
yeah,
Shakes is just very loud and more outspoken than Groovy,
true,
but
true,
they are just the same. They are just the
true.
same. Groovy would do his own so quiet and innocently that you wouldn't know he's the one that did it. That's Groovy.
Hmm.
That's just Groovy. And even when Shakes was telling Chomzy, oh, don't this is my guy. I know what it is that we planned coming into the house. We are not stupid. I think that sometimes people just watch. They don't listen to the words that this
Yeah.
housemate say something. Yeah, because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes even though they are self-aware, sometimes they get loose and they say some things that they're not supposed to say. And then that is
True.
where you're supposed to pick up. That's where you're supposed to
Mm-hmm.
pick up. That's where it is that you know that okay, these people they know what it is they are doing, and there's something that connects them. Nobody is innocent. And
Mm-hmm.
also, I think I want to talk about Chomzy.
Carry on, carry on. Hello, Deborah. Whoa. Okay, I don't know. Deborah, like I said to Fifi, please fix your connection and then use the link and come back again and I'll add you so that you can finish up what you were saying. Okay? All right, we'll move on quickly to Elom. Elom, I hope this is not Elo Swags. If this is Elo Swags, I'm going to drag you personally. Elom, are you there? Hello? Elom, I hope this is not Elo Swags.
Please, no, I'm not Elo Swags. My name is Elo. I can never be Elo Swags. God forbid.
It was the way you were quiet for me. Oh my god, I have to
No,
unmute
no,
you.
please. I beg. I can't be Elo Swags. Say something else.
You're welcome. You're welcome to the conversation.
Thank you, Glory. And you're doing a very amazing job. Like, don't you get tired? This house music, I really stress you. And
My
back to
dear,
back to back, you've been giving us videos. I wonder if you catch any sleep. So, like, thumbs up.
now
You're
they
doing
want
a
to
very
turn me to white. They are beginning to peel off the layers of my skin. They want to turn me to white.
I hope
All
whoever
right.
wins shares 100 million with you.
Anyway, let's talk about Shegs and Bella's ship. As a
Hmm.
female that you are, what do you
Okay.
think Bella is holding on to in that relationship? Strategy or not?
Hmm. Glory, to be very honest, watching this, not only Bella, but generally watching this Daughters of Big Brother this year in that level up house is just falling my hand. Like, I'm wondering, where has all the creativity in the world gone to? Must everybody be riding on the strategy of ship? That's number one.
I wonder.
Coming to Bella specifically, I don't know. It's like I'm still in a dilemma. I don't know if she's just playing a game or if she's head over heels in love with Shags and has lost her mind in the love. Like, I really don't get it. Because when you see Bella, like from the very first day I saw her on the stage entering the house, I was like, nah, this is that girl. And all of a
Mhm.
sudden, it's like, I don't know what is going on. Because Bella is someone who doesn't take rubbish from any other person. But when it comes to Shakes, I'm wondering, does the boy bring something to that house? Did he
Mhm.
did he tie something somewhere? Is there something, some juju or something that he has used to wipe her brain? But then I don't know what it is because looking at Bella, she doesn't come from a background where she needs Shegs to do anything for her. All these
True.
places that Shegs is claiming he will take her to, Bella can go on her own. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sure we are shown everything, but even if we are not shown everything, I don't see what somebody can promise you so much that regardless of how much they insult you or abuse you, you'd stay there and just be playing the submissive wife kind of role. I think she's doing herself a lot of harm. I see their relationship, whether it is a game or whatsoever it
Mm-hmm.
is, as very toxic. And the earlier she ends it and looks for another strategy, that is in case it is a game, the better for her. Because for all she knows, the game that she's gaming is gaming her. Because we all know Shags
Okay.
and exactly, because we all know Shags and Groovy were roommates, and I'm sure they had a discussion on exactly what they were going to do to the
They
ladies in the
did,
house
yeah.
when they come, and both of them are playing in that direction. It's very
Mm-hmm.
sad that Bella, with all of the potential she has, had to just fall prey to Shegs. I'm very sad when I see her all the time because we don't even know her. It's like if Shegs leaves the house right now, I wonder what to become of Bella. She's just going to be lost, and I don't even think she's built any other friendships in the house that she can even use to cope or survive through the rest of the game in case Shegs goes. So I don't think there's a Bella in the house. I think we just have Shegs' girlfriend. I don't even think she has a personality. We can't say what she's strong at. We can't say what she is good at. We can't say what her talent is, what makes her shine. She's not selling herself. So far, all we've
True.
seen with regards to Bella is the Shegs, the little girl Shegs has under his armpit that he's just playing with. That's all I can say about Bella and Shegs. Quite unfortunate, but that is what it is.
And to be very honest, you are not even capping at all. It is what it is that you're saying. Because I think I asked previously, weeks back when the show started newly, the same thing you just said. I asked her the question that
Mm-hmm.
without the ship, what exactly is Bella's talent? What exactly does Bella do? What exactly? Because there was this conversation she had with some Joey was involved, there were other people involved, and they asked her, okay, Bella, what do you do?
Yeah.
And she said, oh, she plans on having a fashion line. They were like, oh, you started already? She said, no, that
Wow.
she wanted to start, but then she said, no, she has to be a public figure first before she starts. And they said, why? And she said, no, that she does not believe in that kind of struggle. She wants to use her public figure influence to drive her
Wow.
market. Meaning she's not the sort of person that believes in that days of humble beginnings. She just wants to
Well,
just wake up and do. jump into the spotlight like that.
Well, then maybe that
You can't
explains what she
remember.
has with Shex. Maybe she wants to ride on whatever
Yeah.
it is Shex has to
Mm-hmm.
make herself, or she's just comfortable with being in someone's shadows and shining from whatever light the person's shadow casts on her. She doesn't want to be that person, like you're saying, who believes in humble beginnings and wants to struggle to do anything. So perhaps that's what she thinks Shex can offer her, because he's claiming he's a footballer, I'm a London boy, Koi guy. So maybe that's what she's thinking, that perhaps this guy has friends and links that would probably help my fashion line when I start it. Maybe, just maybe. We wish her all the best. Me, she's really disappointed me, and I don't know. And the annoying part is that they're all going to come out and act like we didn't watch them in the house. They're
You
all going
see?
to come out, and then their team is going to put things in their mouth, and they'll come and be forming selective amnesia. And it was a game, it was a this, it was a that. Guy, we are watching, and even if it's a game, I mean, we are the ones who are watching and voting, so you
Yeah.
can't convince us. Exactly. So
Thank
it's quite
you.
sad.
Thank you so much, Ellen. Thank you so much. All right, let's quickly
Thank
move on to Shirley. Hi, Shirley. Hello, Shirley. Are you there? Hello. Hello, Shirley. Okay, I'm going to just quickly. Hello. Hi, Shirley.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, let me give you a special introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's conversation is courtesy of this amazing woman right here. She specifically brought up the suggestion that we should have an extra day in the week aside Saturdays when we usually have our live stream. So Shirley, I want to especially appreciate you. Thank you so much for that genius idea. I mean, I did not think anybody would want to join because today is like a work day of the week. But thank you so much. You
We
are
like
you are
apropos.
well appreciated. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you too.
and you were right
We
because
like
look,
apropos.
today is only Wednesday, and look at the truckload of action that's been happening. So let's hear from you. What do you think? Yeah,
Okay,
let's hear
yeah.
from
So,
you.
oh my goodness, there is so much I want to talk about. I don't even know where to start. Okay, let me start from as far as I'm concerned. The most insignificant, should I call them the I mean I can't call them power couple, the weak couple, Eloswag and Chomzy. That really think they think that they're all that. Do you know that in their heads, they're like the thing, they're like the shit. And honestly, if this level one housemates, we have to really like observe things properly. The very first time ever that they have actually been in any nomination or eviction night for real was Sunday. And if they had observed properly, there was no level two housemate that left. If they were
Mhm.
so observant, they would have known that, okay, I mean, even if they were not so sure, it should have sparked up some questions in their head that, oh my goodness, these guys are not as weak as we thought, and at least rate them a little bit. But you see, Elliswag and Chomsy still raising shoulders that they were having a conversation the other day and they were like, Phyna, she is because she has not been up against them. I mean, the level one people. That's why she's been around this long. She's been up against her fellow trenches now.
Yeah,
So now, I mean, this guy, she's a local champion. Now she's against the bosses. Now she's against the Ikoyi people. So let's see.
exactly.
Like, and I'm like, these guys are so clueless. They're so clueless, and it's hilarious. See, Eloswag and those guys, they're at the bottom, even doing that they are gossiping. As far as I'm concerned, she even has more supporters than them.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't really know what because they are winning task, winning head of house. Winning, they think it's winning task and winning head of house that is the content of the season. Winning task and head of
Mm-hmm.
house is for you now. The content is for the viewers, right? So how much content, how much entertainment are you able to give the viewers? Because the head of house tasks are for you, right? And
Mm-hmm.
all those things are for you. So even people who fail tasks are still entertaining the viewers. So don't think that winning tasks means you are entertaining. No, it doesn't equal. If it was all about that, the Coros would have won last year. So it's not. It has nothing to do with that. I don't even know. They've not still learned till now. So as far as I'm concerned, those guys, it's going to be a shocker for them on Sunday. And then next to the next ship, what's their name? Shella. There was a new
Stella.
one that said Begs and Shella. I was
That's
cracking up.
Stella. That was great.
I was cracking up. I was like, I don't blame him because at this point it's so exhausting and it's easy to get it mixed up. So like I watched the conversation and the whole stuff, and my goodness, I was drained. I was so drained. I was like, how toxic can this get? Honestly, I was like, I cannot get depressed on another person's behalf. No, 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 never.
Honestly.
And I think in my own perspective, I'm trying to understand this whole dynamics. I think that I don't think that Bella went into this whole thing with Shegs, like with like her, I say her eye tear for back, like with her eyes wide open. I don't think she knew fully. I don't think she knew fully that Shegs could get to this extent of toxicity. So I'm trying to interpret what she was saying with Chichi, like, okay, she can't live, like she needs this because I mean, connecting all the dots from her conversations, she's trying to get the popularity that she needs for her business, for her fashion business that she wants to get, right?
Yeah.
And from the beginning of the game, she latched onto Shegs, you understand, to get the sheep, to get people talking about her, to get the camera time and whatnot. And now they're in week 7. Like what? Okay, like as opposed to what? If she's not with Shegs, as opposed to what other content could she possibly bring? So now, no matter the toxicity, she as in this guy, we die here because there is nothing else she has to offer. And that's what I would interpret her saying that okay, she needs this because she knows that at this point, like she's too far down for her to back out. She just has to find a way in her mind. She has to find a way to enjoy it till the end because this is the only thing that she has to offer, right? And honestly, I was seeing the whole thing with Shegs and all that. I was just like, my goodness, like you said, is that you guys actually deserve each other because I don't think that she does not know. I think she actually knows and she's fully aware of the situation, but she's
Of course.
intentionally staying because she's not dumb and anybody can see it glaring. And then Shegs, I think Shegs to an extent has found a way to sell because some housemates are actually seeing things from Shegs' point of view. I think he has found a way to sell himself so much so that, like, you know, there's where you're going to repeat something over and over and you begin to believe it, even if it were a lie. And other people begin to believe it as well. So he has sold himself as, look, he's the best thing that can ever happen to any woman.
Yeah.
Like, he's the best human being that has ever walked the face of the earth. He has sold
True.
himself to that way. So all the time, he always paints Bella in a bad light. And now, trying to move from this Shella to Groovy and Phyna, I would say that if you ask me, I think that Groovy is Shegs 2.0. He copies everything that Shegs does. In the first week, of their merger, you would observe that Shegs and Bella, they were not really having all those their lovers' teeth that time. It was all about Shegs and Bella against the world. So if you come at Bella, Shegs will come for you. If you come at Shegs, he'll come for you. He was always defending Bella. So I think Groovy was trying to pick that up, and that was why the time when, excuse me.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, I'm back. What? And that was why, the time when Shegs and Bella went to.
Yeah, I think you hold on. You mistakenly muted yourself. Okay, you have to unmute yourself, Shirley. Okay.
Sorry.
Yes, continue, please.
Okay. Yeah, and so that was why when Phyna and Shegs had their quarrel, you see that Groovy was trying to do, oh, I can protect my Phyna, and he went to Shegs, even though at one corner I was confronting Shegs that, oh, don't talk to my woman that way. If not that you were my friend, I would have also come at you and this. So I would say that he was copying Shegs with the whole I can protect my woman. And now we can see another side of Shegs and Bella's relationship where Shegs is coming at Bella. Oh, you are rude. Oh, I want to be the man. Oh, I want to control you. And 2 seconds later, Groovy is doing the same thing with Phyna. And you're rude. I'm like, where is rude? How? As in, I don't understand. I watched, if I didn't watch that, I would have. Even through the whole thing, Groovy's voice was even louder than Phyna's voice in that conversation.
They're using the same language. You are rude.
The same thing. And you want to control, like you said, I cringed. As in, I could not react to that. You want to control her, though. Like, I don't understand. And I'm just watching this whole thing. I'm just like, I don't understand. Groovy is like Groovy thinks that Shegs is the shit, right? So he feels like he needs to do. I feel like he's just copying Shegs, and that's the problem. And if he cannot be a man of his own self, because at this point he's desperate to, you know, stay relevant in the show. And I feel like because he feels Shegs is relevant, so he feels the need to copy Shegs. So I don't even know Groovy's true. I know he has this personality of being quiet, but I also know that he can be manipulative, and I can see that playing out with Phyna. But the difference between Phyna and Bella is that Phyna, like you said, she's woke. She knows what is going on, and she knows that she's not in that relationship. She didn't start with that relationship, unlike Bella. She didn't start with it. She's her own person, and she knows she can be her own person. In as much as she needs that relationship, she feels she needs relationship for company and to just have your go-to person. She knows that it's not a do or die affair, as in no be say we die here. And she said it when they had their quarrel on Saturday. Like if it's okay, if you're tired and you can no longer cope, you can take a bow. She told Groovy that much. Doesn't he? And then this whole thing he's doing with Chomzy, I feel like it's not getting to his head. He feels like Phyna may leave anytime soon. So he's kind of, planting the seed so that he can just have a smooth transition into a ship with Chomzy in case Phyna leaves. And he's also still pacifying and tenderizing Phyna in case she doesn't leave, just hanging around so that, he's neither here nor there. Whichever one leaves, he just latches on. And that guy is just, as in, it's obvious that he's, I don't know the word to use for him. If anybody can help me with the word. He's
manipulative.
Like, oh my goodness. See, Groovy is another thing. We didn't give him enough accolades. We didn't rate him enough for, like, we took it for granted. And I can look respect it because it means that he's playing the game, he's conscious of the game, he's not just rolling, right? So I can respect it to an extent, but we are seeing it, so we just need to call it that. Look, we see your game and we're not falling for it. So let's see how far you can play the game within the house and play the housemates as well to see if he's going to take you to the finals. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Shirley. Thank you so much. Oh my God. I feel like carrying a bell now and I'm ding, 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 ding to say yes, 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 yes. You're hitting the nail on the head. Thank you so much. Oh my God. I mean, girl, you really brought it all out. And it makes sense. The same word. You are rude. How dare you speak to me like that? I am the man in this relationship. Oh my God. Shirley, thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, we'll quickly move on to Free. Thank you so much, Shirley. Let's quickly move on to Free. Hi, Free.
Hi, Chloe.
You're welcome to today's conversation.
Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Free, we were looking for you on Saturday. We kept your slot open. We kept on, in fact, not just me, but other people.
Oh my God. I kept on having network issues. When I came back, I was at the bottom, like, class, and my phone was going to go off. I was like, oh, no. So I just had to
at the point when you disappeared, the person in front of you just finished speaking. So we started looking for you. People were typing, Free, where are you? Where are you? We couldn't find you.
Oh,
but
I'm
I'm
so
glad you're able
sorry.
to
I'm so
welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay,
oh my God. It's a lot. This big brother, I have to first give the organizers, everybody accolades because this set, they have never drained. Oh my God, they've been no set in Big Brother history that have drained me like this set. Sometimes I don't even want to watch for some days because they are so exhausting. You'll be dealing with this one, you're trying to dissect the other one, you're still processing this other one, and I'm like, where did they pick these people from? Like, where did they gather these people from? What is this? Is this a movie? It's just so crazy. Anyway, Shakes and Groovy, I think they believe that they are slick. They think they are so slick, like they are so good at what they do, but they don't know that they are not slick. But what I'm happy about is the fact that when Shakes come out, he will realize that not everybody bought his bullshit of being the perfect gentleman. Because believe you me, in Glory, in Shakes' head, he believes that he has this massive fan base shippers that are so in love with him. He's like top 3 up there. People are crazy about him. Yes, he still has gullible shippers that are believing the fake love bullshit, but a large percentage of the audience, they don't believe it anymore. So I'm sure he'll be shocked when he comes out and see that, oh, a lot of people were actually not feeding, like they were not believing all this thing I was feeding them. And Bella, she's just, at this point, she's just a tool. She's just a tool. And she's so delusional to the point that she has not stopped to ask herself, why am I the only one up for eviction and this guy is not up? When we are like 2 peas in a pod, like we are always together, we are an item in the house, and we do everything together. Yet I am up for nomination and you're not. Ordinarily, they should be up together. Do you understand me? But she's so delusional that she has not even stopped to ask herself, like, why am I the only one up? Because the guy is trying to have conversation with other people, like small. He's having talks with other people while he's secluding her, and she feels so comfortable being Mrs. Ikoyi in their own corner. She does not see any need to mingle with anybody, and that's why she's up right now. A lot of people do not know her, like they don't really know much about her, like in total, they don't really know her like that. But Shex, he's always good at singing his own praises. He will go on and on and on and on and on about himself. But she doesn't say anything except when she's contributing to a conversation which he is holding. And like it's so crazy to me. Like I was expecting that she would even sit back and think like, oh my god, why am I the only one up? Why is Shex not up? She did it. Like she's so focused on the dinner, as if the dinner is going to automatically wipe away their toxic relationship. Like she's just so focused on it. I was not even mad at the fact that she was acting Biggie repeatedly. That was not my concern. My concern was, why are you acting as if this dinner is just going to fix everything? Like when you go on the dinner date, your memory will just be wiped. The memory of the viewers will be wiped. Like everything, you just start on a clean slate, like 2 people who just met each other. And it's so crazy. Like I don't know what her idea of a dinner is, but I think she needs to come to the realization that it's not going to change anything if you guys don't work on each other's like bad attitude. It's not going to do anything. But she's not realizing that fact. And the way she's even acting about it, she comes off as rude. And she doesn't know, like the way she talks. If Bella leaves the house, I think she needs to go and see a professional or somebody that can teach her how to talk, because sometimes she even does it unconsciously. No, like seriously, she does it unconsciously sometimes. She might be talking to somebody and she won't even know when something just comes out of her mouth. When you don't have control of your mouth, like the manner and the tone in which it will just come out, like it just come out before you can even control it. So she needs to see somebody that will coach her on how to talk, because she's very rude and she rides on this last born thing, like, oh, I'm a last born, I want to be a baby girl, da 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 da. And then when she told Chichi that, oh, she really needs this badly, I had to go and check her old videos, her old pictures. I had to go and dig up and see, like, is it that this girl has never traveled in her life? Because I don't understand. What do you mean by you need it badly? Like, that line shocked me so much. I had to go and like go to her old archives. I'm like, oh my god, has this girl never traveled? Is it that she has not seen life? But I don't get. And she has traveled. She's well traveled, at least to an extent.
Yeah.
She has traveled from her previous posts. She has. So I don't understand why she's acting as if, oh, this is the first time she's meeting a guy that is like shakes and all of that. Maybe it is, but I think she should just curtail it. Like, don't make it too obvious. Although their relationship is fake, and I don't think it's going to go anywhere. So that's that for them. And as for Chomzy has been feeling so upset and irritated that she's up for eviction. I don't know if anybody else has noticed. And the thing is just baffling me. And I'm wondering, like,
She was not that
this is
wanted
Big Brother.
last week.
Like, I don't get it. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, what are you upset for? The thing has been biting her, like, since the day they called her. Okay, her husband was eating apple like like a rascal. I see that's how you eat apple to the door on Sunday. You will eat that apple to the door on Sunday because you're the first person they will call. And they're there giving each other motivational quotes. They're motivating each other. And it's not just that she's even motivating the guy or they're motivating each other. My own is that she's acting pissed. And I'm like, what do you expect? You go there, you nominate other people. In fact, there was a time she even told Big Brother if she can nominate 3. That was the week they nominated 2 people. She asked, I was shocked, like, Chomzy, it's not that deep now. She said, can I nominate 3? But yet,
You're so excited. Can I nominate 3?
yeah, like she feels so entitled. Like she has this fine girl privilege in her head, like, oh, based on how she is, they're not supposed to nominate her. They're supposed to feel
Mm.
fortunate for having her in the house. That's the kind of mentality she has. And they need to bring her down to earth. Like, girl, what are you doing? You're here to play a game just like everybody else. And today, what she did, she just basically just sent Fina into a just a wild good chase. And I'm so mad that Fina just fell for it, honestly, because she just
Yeah.
purposely wanted to just make Fina go crazy. Because of the
Yeah.
nomination, I don't even believe it's because of food or whatever. I believe that she was still irritated that she's up, forgetting that Fina herself is up. But what actually annoyed me was the fact that she called Fina a mad woman and shot,
Yeah.
said something
Said
about
that
being
she looks
shot
like
in
a man.
front of
Yeah.
Groovy. And Groovy did not say a word, Glory. Like, I was so pissed. Like, I was so mad when she's like, Groovy didn't say shit. And I was like, are you serious? This girl just gave you food. Like, when? Like, I don't understand it. Even if you don't want to, okay, buy her case, you don't want to carry the matter on your head. I get it, but at least you tell what's her name, Chomzy. Like, you don't need to call her all those names. Like, it's not necessary. You can vent without going that low, because I'm sure that Fina would do the same thing for him. But the guy just sat there on boarded, like, oh, don't involve me, oh, don't involve me.
Mhm.
I would like to say that Fina is delusional, but she's not. From what she told Chichi yesterday, I don't think she is. She's not, because she told Chichi everything that was on my mind, that, oh, Groovy is tired, he's just trying to move on to, Chomzy, although she did not call her name. And that's the truth. And I feel like he's being a coward about it. It's better you tell her upright that, see, babe, this thing is not working between us. Let's just, let's end it here and now. Than for you to be leading her on. You're giving her false hope, knowing fully well that you're invested in Chomzy. And the Chomzy herself, she's taking Eloswag on the ride, which is what he deserves. At the same time,
Mhm.
him too, he's just deceiving Fina. And I don't know how Fina cannot give herself break. In fact, all of them, as I said, they're just driving me crazy in that house. Like, it's just crazy. And today,
I can
Groovy was
imagine.
gaslighting Fina. Like, he was
Yeah.
gaslighting her. Like, I don't know how she did not see it. He was trying to make her feel like she's the one that is in the wrong. Like, okay, this is why you are wrong. And I was like, are you
Mm.
serious? And Fina just sat there. You know when somebody's exhausted, like when you don't tire for many,
Yeah.
many talk. Like, the way she just bowed her head, I felt so bad for her. Like, what is this exhaustion? It's bad enough that you're already up for eviction. You have to deal with distress, and then you now have to deal with one stupid, confused boy that is coming with his girl drama that does not know how to break up with you. It's just really crazy. I think he's being a coward. He needs to come out and tell her that, see, babe, I'm not feeling you anymore. But he does not want to, because he wants to hold on to the two of them. In case Chomzy go, he will have Fina as an option, just to get to the final.
Mm.
Unknowing to him that he even has a fan base, not as big as Fina, but at least he has a solid fan base. And it's just so
Mhm.
crazy. Like, the extent that people will go for game strategy, everything is just mind blowing for me. And lastly, Brian is he's such a disappointment, that boy. I've noticed one thing about him. When he's with his fellow level 2 people, he expresses himself, he complains about things he does not like. Oh, that is, this, that is. But immediately he's in front of this level 1 housemate, he does not say anything. Even when
You know,
Fina
I
was
said
having
that
that
he's a
disagreement,
coward. When I say it's his first
sorry,
call for me, he's a coward. He lacks the emotional intelligence he's constantly preaching about on the show, and that's on period. Huh.
when Fina was having the issue she was having today with Chomzy, he was there, like he didn't say much. He didn't even say anything. What is much? He didn't say anything
Mm.
basically. But I was just waiting for him to leave that environment. I know that he would want to talk about it. And I'm like, why are you always doing this? You were there, you saw her ranting. Instead of you to speak up, you will not say anything. Then when you now leave where they are, I don't know, like maybe in the fear say they go deck him out. He will not be talking, he will not be venting, like, oh, this, he does not like this, does not like that. Why can't you say it in front of them? Like, I don't understand. Is it Hemi's face that is scaring you, or which of them in that house that is intimidating? And it's crazy because he does not even know that he's a soldier, like outside the house. His fan base too is crazy, and it's as if he's trying to tread carefully, like, oh, let me not overstep on people's toes. But you don't need to do that because you have a solid fan base. And for doing, in fact, I'm tired of that girl. Like, at this point, I'm tired of her. Like, in the whole house, among the girls, she's my fave. But I think she should come and be going home before they'll be dragging her into more and more problems. Let her just come back home, because they'll keep nominating her, and it's as if Adekule is out to get her. and he has already put that idea in their head that, oh, this is the sort of person that she is. Although Chizzy is trying to help her now by being a distraction, which is what I think he's doing, in my own opinion. He's just being there for her, giving her a distraction. She's the sort of person that, oh, she does not want to be by herself. She wants to be with somebody. And her bestie, Allison is now with Mr. Polygamy. Allison is barely with her, so she's just by herself most of the time. And that's making her like be on edge. When checks come to her, she can't see anything. And another thing is that when they start to spread that narrative that, oh, she's always in people's relationship, I've noticed that Shex has never ever defended her. But he's the one that is always going to her the most to complain. But he has never ever said, the last time it was even Bella that was even speaking for her, somehow. But him, he didn't say anything. And I'm like, you're the one that is always going to this girl, but they'll be accusing her. You'll be there, you won't say anything. You won't even say that, no, I'm the one that went to her. He will just be quiet. He won't say anything. And I don't blame him because he's so self-absorbed. You will notice that whenever they are talking in that house, he's not interested in anybody's gist. All he's interested in is how to just change the conversation and make it about himself. Like, in a way, he would divert it and make it about himself and start to tell us his life story. And it's so pathetic, honestly. But that's my thought overall on all of them. They're so exhausting.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Free. Thank you so much. Thanks for hitting the nail in different heads, in different directions. I mean, it's Precious right there in a room giving us the contribution that we need. Thank you so much, Free. Precious.
All right, bye, everyone.
All right. Okay, let's quickly move on to Aggie. Precious, I cannot wait to hear you speak. Like, you're about to explode right there. So just keep it coming. All right, Aggie, how are you? Good evening. Hi,
good evening,
welcome to the conversation. Aggie, how do you feel about all the drama that happened today? Chomzy and Phyna and Groovy. How do you feel?
First of all, congratulations, more blessings, more wins, more everything. When the fight between Chomzy and Phyna happened, I literally rushed to your page. I wanted to send a message to you that please, can you give us your view? I was suffocating.
I was saving
Gloria, I want us to first look at a different perspective with Chomzy. Okay. You remember, even when they were still in level 1, she used to say a lot of bad, degrading things about Phyna.
Yeah.
You remember that, like, from the beginning, without knowing Phyna, without Phyna doing anything to her. And the whole thing was because of Elo Swags.
True.
For her, she feels like Phyna is not beautiful enough to drag a man with her.
Yeah.
And in her small mind, she doesn't know that Phyna actually helped her to get Elo Swags. Because she backed off, she gave Elo Swag the room to enjoy Chomzy, and she backed off. Because if you look at Elo Swags, like, I think that guy really likes Phyna, to be fair. And then when he's dealing with Chomzy, it's like, Chomzy's physical appearance, it's like guys are just lusting over her but not having love, that deep connection with her. That's what she doesn't realize. She's like a symbol to them. So every time they look at her, and then the dancing, the whole thing, they start admiring her, but not that they're loving her. That's the thing. That's what she doesn't understand. Because when you look at Elo Swag, imagine he went for a movie, brought things for 2 people, Chomzy and Phyna. This is the same Phyna that whenever he's with Chomzy, they are talking bad about her. I think that also triggered Chomzy and made her realize that, you know what, I may not be big of a difference from Phyna, because if you are sharing same things from the same guy. And another thing, she thought by the mere fact of merging that Groovy will definitely run to her. That's what she thought, because in her mind it was the different houses that were making Groovy to stay with Phyna. But hey, yes, Groovy is lasting over you, but there are values that Groovy needs in his life, like someone who will take care of him. Chomzy doesn't cook in that house. So
No.
Groovy knows she's not going to take care of him. That's one thing. And then Groovy will, I think after the house, he will try to get with Chomzy, and I think it will just be to explore her, and that's it. I don't think he can ever have something serious with her. She has this whole delusion, like, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. And that's why you see she's always separating herself from other housemates, which is different from when she was still up in level 1, because at least she would mingle, she would always be with the housemates. But these days she's even going so much into her shell, because she's intimidated by the females in that house, because she can't say all the bad things she was saying in level 1 in front of Phyna. She cannot try that. So today's, sorry?
No, continue.
Yeah. So today's outburst was a frustration, was a sign of frustration, that even if Groovy is not in good terms with Phyna, but he's not still coming forward, like grabbing Chomzy immediately. Because you remember they were in the salon, Chomzy tried to give green lights to Groovy. I don't know if you watched that conversation. And then Groovy just brushed it off. Groovy is not too desperate to be with Chomzy, because if he was, he could have moved on immediately, because he doesn't like Phyna like that. But in his mind, he knows the reality that this is not the girl for him. Just, the physical appearance, she's like a baby that smiles, what and what, that's all. And then one thing I like about Groovy being with Phyna is that at least Phyna has learned lessons, because every time you see her referring to her past relationships, now she's realizing that, you know what, this is really bad, because Groovy is doing the same thing her exes were doing. So it means Groovy is helping her unknowingly to realize what is good for her and what is bad for her. And then the soft side, I think without Groovy, wouldn't have been able to see. Like, we would have only seen the loud, funny, hype woman. Wouldn't have seen the soft, calm, and collected Phyna. Because if Chomzy came at Phyna in the beginning, the first 2 weeks, trust me, they would have gone at it for hours. And Chomzy, people are saying, oh, Chomzy was being classy. No, she's scared. She's scared of Phyna. Because imagine they watched, exactly, she watched how Phyna went to off on Sheggs, the guy that all level 1 housemates were scared of. She knows. So even if she tries to lash out, she can't go extra mile, because she knows this is a crazy woman that you cannot match energies with. So people that are saying, oh, she's being classy, no. Because she has the loudest and sharpest mouth. So she knows her limits. And then I would also want to talk about Brian. Here's the thing. Brian, when you look at the relationship between the former level 2 housemates and level 1 housemates, Brian lost his footing. Like, he doesn't know where he belongs anymore. Because he is desperately trying to relate with level 1 housemates, because most of level 2 housemates left. And then Phyna is always with Groovy, and even when she's free, she's vibing with everyone. And then there is Daniela is with Dotum or Allison. He's like just there. You understand? So he doesn't want to blame too much level 1 housemates. He doesn't want to be rejected by both levels. So he's trying to be in the middle. And then another thing, he made a comment that he has a brand. He's looking at 5 years in future. That would explain sometimes why he doesn't like confronting, because as we know, Brian is not one person to shut up, but he knows when it's not necessary. Now, like those guys, you can't argue with Shakes, because Shakes doesn't make any reasonable point. You just be wasting your time, and he's not the person that you make him understand. He doesn't understand. He's just in his box thinking that I'm right. So I'll give him a pass for that. But he's really one person that cares truly about level 2 housemates. He's still with his level. He still cares. You see him time after time checking on Daniela, checking on Phyna. Like, he really, really cares. And then for Bella, Bella,
sorry, Aggie.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
Aggie.
this is my last,
You have to
yeah.
yeah.
So for Bella is one spoiled child. Though, I'll say it. People always say that. Anyway, less privileged families, they're always envy of privileged families, but it's not true. It's that group of people, they don't see things as we see them. In their mind, they know they're above everybody and anyone. Because you remember, even still, the same girl was attacking Phyna and level 2 housemates, calling them all sorts of names, like implying they are poor, they are not educated, they are nothing. You understand? So even I'm sure the friends she has are in that category. So she doesn't have anyone to tell her the truth. That's why she needs someone like Doyin. But because she's so proud, she will avoid someone like Doyin, because Doyin doesn't take any ish like that. Even in former level 1, she never said anything bad about level 2. Every time she would try to correct her fellow housemates, like, guys, let's not say these bad things about these people. It's not, that girl is so intelligent. That girl is so, I don't know, she's a young girl, but her mind is really old. She knows where she is, and she's just a good girl, and those people hate on her because she can talk to people easily and people confide in her easily. That's why they're always like, oh, you're this, it's because she's intelligent. People feel a need to talk to her because they know it's a conversation that is fruitful. So for the others I've not spoken about, maybe Saturday, because I still have more. Let me give other people a chance.
Thank you so much, Aggie. Oh my God, you really, really
all right.
to multiple generations tonight. Thank you so much for sharing that app analysis of all of this housemates. All right, thank you so much. I'll see you on
God bless you.
All
right.
All right. Okay, now let's quickly move on to Precious. Precious, bring all of that energy to the screen, please. Bring all of that
Glory. Hi, Glory.
How
are you?
I'm good. I'm happy seeing you like this. I mean, your energy is so infectious.
I'm so happy with your speakers, and I'm also so excited that we're having a conversation on a Wednesday.
I'm so excited as well. Wow.
First and foremost, I like to thank, I don't know her name, she will forgive me. Shirley. I like to thank Shirley, and I think Lucretia as well. Lucretia. Yeah, Lucretia.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for suggesting. Hi, Lucretia. Thank you guys for suggesting a second day, because we needed this. We needed, especially this season, because the housemates are giving. They are giving Glory. We needed 2 seasons. And last but not least, thank you, Glory, for adhering to your listeners, to your supporters, to your subscribers, and actually recognizing this day and giving us this day, because there is so much that we need to talk about.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay, Precious, specifically, I was saving the Sheg and Bella conversation for you because last week and the previous weeks we've talked about these people a lot. Now, what do you think with regards to the Monday episode? These 2 people, they had an explosive altercation. Bella looked like she was mentally drained. For a second, God help me, I thought Bella had fainted, like she passed out from the stress. And then before we knew it, Shags with his footballer's weight was on top of her, trying to get her into a hug, into a kiss. And then she reciprocated with the hug. At that point in time, I gave up. I gave up hope. So seeing all of that play out, what came to your mind? Were you angry? Did you feel pity? Were you one of those people that carried the placard and was shouting, "Justice for Bella. Bella needs help, mental health"? What were you doing that day?
Glory, I'm so sorry to disappoint you. I am really sorry. What I'm gonna do, Nick Glory, I'm gonna leave the Bella and Shex conversation to my fellow South African. This side, which side? This side. Oh, this side. Oh, this side. Lutricia. I'm gonna leave that conversation to Lutricia, and I'm gonna talk about other people. Not because I hate Bella, not because I hate Shags, because I believe that they are strongly playing their game. And I feel that is a waste of time for me to analyze them because I'm going to be emotional. Whereas I know Lutricia is going to be objective. And I know that you are going to be objective when it comes to Bella and Shags. So for me, I'm going to be emotional. So rather, let me leave Bella and Shags and talk about other people. Is that okay, Glory?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. So
Fair
let me
enough.
talk about other people. Let me talk about our people. It's been an eventful week, Glory. So I'm going to start off with Doyin and Cheesy because I watched your video where you discussed Doyin and Cheesy, and I have to say I agree with you. Cheesy does not like chips, right? He has made it very clear, but he's also human, so he does have a soft side for Doyin. The reason why he has a soft side for Doyin is because Doyin has showed affection to him. So I can sit here and act like, oh, I don't like ships because nobody's shipping with me. But if somebody shows me interest, I'm going to be very engaging. Do you get my point? So as much as Cheesy is our favorite rider, and as much as Cheesy is our voice in the house saying we are tired of ships, but for him, Doyin has showed an interest, and he's human. And that house, we've never been in it, but we've heard people talking about it, that house will force you into a ship because one day feels like 1 month. Right. So I'm going to talk about that ship, and I'm going to say, yes, Glory, I agree 100% with your analysis. Cheesy is just allowing Doyin to come into his space, and he's going to give her the time. But in the real world, will it work? I agree with you. Never. Never will that relationship work in the real world. Like you said, he's a typical Igbo man. And as a follower of BBN, I've been supporting Igbo men year in and year out. Not by choice. Not by choice, Glory, but I've seen their characteristics, and I've been supporting them from fraud, from white money. A lot of Igbo men have been supporting the big brother. So when you spoke about that Doyin is a typical Yoruba woman and that Cheesy is a typical Igbo man, I heard you with my 2 ears because I have seen in the show. I've never been in Nigeria, but I've seen the pattern, right? So it's not going to work. But am I happy? Yes, I'm happy because I supported Doyin with my full chest before she started being a therapist to Shella. So I'm happy for her in a sense that she can redeem herself through Cheesy, and I'm happy that Cheesy is allowing her to redeem Doyin because Doyin is a good contender regardless of now what she had done to upset us as viewers during the first or 3 days that she was now being a therapist to her haters. Let's just be honest. She was a therapist to her haters. The therapist word comes from Bella, and she has been a support of Bella and Shags. I saw on social media where they said the therapist word comes from Adekunle. Never. That word came from Bella. I remember that gossip. You also yourself, Glory, covered it. And you said that they called her a therapist. They called her many names. But because now she's under the impression, because she's an analyst, but she analyzed the wrong way, she thought that the viewers would like Shella. So now she thought she should put herself with Shella. which also confuses me. Sorry to just step aside, Glory, which also confuses me because Doyin was the one person who said to Adekule, even when I just saw him as an attractive guy but not a fave, she was the one who said to Adekule, do not allow Shags to undermine you. Then she went under, then Doyin was the one who went and fell under Shag's spell. That's why I lost respect for her in a sense. But now with her relationship with Cheesy, I'm very happy because I didn't cancel her fully because I saw her potential in the first week. Now, the next relationship I'm going to, or the next situationship I'm going to speak about is Phyna. As you can recall, Glory, I spoke about Phyna being a powerhouse last week. And how dare she listen to Groovy telling her you need to cut down on your alcohol, you need to cut down on your buzz boss. Do you get my point? But now what I also realized about Groovy, that's why I was clapping my hands when Shirley was speaking. First, the thing I recognize about Groovy is that she's now being beauty. Glory, would you agree? Would you agree? Yeah. Groovy is behaving like beauty. The things that got beauty disqualified, Groovy is manifesting right now. And I do not understand. These were the things you wanted us as viewers to feel sorry for you for. Beauty was setting you boundaries. Beauty was telling you who to dance with and who not to dance with. Beauty was telling you what to do and when not to do. Beauty was telling you what makes her upset and what makes her not upset, right? So then you became a victim by beauty standards that you could not live up to. Now you coming back and you saying, yo, Phyna, I want you to not drink. I want you to not dance to this somebody. You dance with this somebody this certain way so I don't feel what. So who are you? Are you not acting like the very same person we were supposed to feel sorry for you for? Glory, am I wrong? Am I wrong, Glory? You can tell me if I'm wrong. I'm not wrong. I think yes, Groovy's behaving like beauty. That's why right now, I'm not very feeling Groovy because your abuser, she was even disqualified because she was abusing. Now you are behaving like your abuser to Phyna. Now, Shirley, the lady who spoke to you while I was clapping, is because she's saying that the reason why Groovy is behaving like this is because he is imitating Shags, and he and Shags were roommates. I agree, because if Groovy was just being Groovy, he would remember that these things that I'm doing to Phyna were the same things that Beauty was doing to me. Therefore, I cannot do to Phyna. So that's why I agree with the lady who spoke before to say that Groovy is imitating Shags. Now let's come back to Shags. Remember, I told you I'm not going to speak about Shags and Bella. I'm going to leave that to Lutricia and everybody else. But I'm going to speak about Shags as an individual. As much as I hate him, as much as I believe he's manipulative and a narcissist, I have to give it to him. He is a game player. Why? Because he was able to get the housemates to fear him out of maybe thinking they have money. He has money, right? Number two, he was able to remind Groovy of the conversation that they had in lockdown. Do you get my point? Right.
Yeah.
So Groovy couldn't do that with Beauty because Beauty was overpowering her. But he can do that with Phyna. He thinks he can do that with Phyna because as much as Phyna is an alpha female, which I don't understand, Phyna still gives him that room to be a man in the relationship. Still, I don't understand because Phyna is an alpha female. But Groovy saw that opportunity that Phyna is even though she's an alpha female, she's not overruling me like Beauty did. So let me now come and push my plan, my plan and Shag's plan, whereas I can control my woman. So Shags reminded Groovy what we spoke about in lockdown. And look, I'm doing it with Bella and I'm succeeding. Look at this week. Bella was nominated and I wasn't. Without Shag saying it loudly, the way things are playing out, Groovy can intercept that, oh, look at this. This is how it's supposed to go. This is how we were supposed to do it. Because at the end of the day, there can only be one winner. It doesn't matter who you relationship with, there can only be one winner. And Shags was successful, sorry, in getting the most hottest girl in the house, subduing her, making her an irritant, making her someone who's disposable whilst being in a relationship with her. So Groovy remembered, oh, this was our plan. And of course, there's a one winner. And obviously, they had the interception that a woman could win the season. So they had to subdue the woman. And Shags was successful. And Shags was showing Groovy that I can do this. What is your problem? So now Groovy is switching. That's why we as audience are like, why is Groovy like this? You even mentioned it, Gloria. You're like, why is Groovy behaving so differently with Phyna, but with other females or with other males, he's fine? Because now he's realizing his talk with Shags in lockdown that we need to subdue the hottest women in the house, or in Groovy's case, the strongest woman in the house.
The alpha females of the house.
Yes, Groovy realized that I might not have the hottest woman in the house, but I do have the strongest woman in the house. So now I need to subdue her. So now he's playing the tactics of who? Of Shags. Groovy is imitating Shags, guys. That's why he's doing everything he does. And as much as people don't want to admit it, I'm not saying congratulations to Shags, but I am saying that Shags is a game player. He killed Bella's game. He killed Bella's game clean, because I can confess that when Bella came into the house, I saw her as an alpha female, even though she was not my fave. I knew she was an alpha female by the way that she spoke and her facial expressions. But Shags made sure that she kills Bella. And he has killed Bella flat. I don't feel sorry for her. Even if she goes home this weekend, I don't feel bad for her. Now, Groovy is trying to imitate the very same thing that Shags was able to do to Bella. Why? So that they can be the two alpha males that remain at the end. Now, people may argue with me because they support Brian, but remember, in the house, they don't know who is strong. So Shags thinks he's strong, and Groovy thinks he's strong. They actually think they are the top two because they are the good-looking men in the house. So they are going to align each other or copy each other to subdue the hottest women in the house, or rather, the most powerful woman in the house, so they remain top two for the prize. Shags has succeeded, and now Groovy is trying to copy. So I want y'all to understand, when Groovy does all these things, guys, he's thinking him and Shags are the top two. He doesn't see what you see. He doesn't see that you guys like Phyna or like Brian or like whomever. They're thinking we are hot. We are the hottest men in the house. And these girls liked us. They have strong personalities. But our job is to subdue the personality or subdue the beauty. Shags has succeeded 100%. Shags has succeeded, guys. Whether you like him or not, he has succeeded in crushing Bella to nothing. He has succeeded. Groovy is now trying to crush Phyna into nothing. Whether you like that ship or not, look at it strategically. And now when they think they have won, they remain the two top alpha males in the competition. So they think now that the competition will be between them two. But yeah, so that's my analysis today. I agree with Shirley. I agree with everyone who spoke. I hope everyone hears, and I will leave it to Lucretia. She's ready. Lucretia, I still want you to say that Shags is a narcissist. That is correct. But as for me, on my side, as much as he's a narcissist, I will also say he's a game player, because he was able to kill Bella's game plan straight. He killed it. You are worried about Bella's mental health, which is not wrong. But me, I'm looking at it as a gamer, and I'm saying that I'm not congratulating Shags, but I am saying that he was able to kill Bella's game, and he did it with precision, and he did it cleanly, and that's why Bella is nominated and Shags is not. He played his game very well, even though it was dirty. Yeah. But guys, no one is going to nominate Shags in a while, except for my baby Adekunle, because he's very smart.
You know what, Precious? You know what, Precious? Listen, I wish I could just send you physical flowers right now. Oh my God, you literally hit the nail on the head 1 million times over. And you see, the thing you said about Shed being a game player, it's the same thing we'll be saying on this channel that Shed has the strongest strategy this season. It is not easy for one man to come with so much arrogance. That is such an attitude that most Nigerians do not like. But the fact that he was able to get into that house and he was able to subdue and overpower the minds of top contenders like even PMA. PMA, as strong as he is, cannot even grow the ball to stand up to Shed. Then
He
trust me,
cannot.
the first of
He
the
cannot.
yeah,
He cannot.
Shed is doing a lot. I mean, look at Bella when she gets irritated with other housemates, but with Shed, she breaks down in tears.
She's like
This
a
guy
little
is
weakling.
doing a mind-blowing strategy. Yeah, yeah, and that's why I keep on saying that he's playing a truckload of strategies. The first two major strategies he tried with Adekunle. Adekunle finished him one off. And that's why he now focused all his energy on Bella. There's no more Adekunle in the picture. He has tried everything possible, but it's not working with Adekunle. Instead, Adekunle dealt with him. He ran back to his cave. And now he's using Bella to get into the minds of the rest of the house. And you're right. They're not gonna nominate Shed in a while. They're gonna continue nominating Bella. Why? Because Shed is using Bella to fight his little battles with the rest of the housemates in the house. But what Shed does not know is that the moment he is up for nomination, he might
He's
be
gone.
evicted that week.
He's
Why?
gone.
Yes, because the viewers they don't like him, and that's one thing most of these housemates don't understand. When you get into a show like Big Brother, you have two people to contend with. You have your fellow housemates who have the power to nominate you and offer you to the viewing audience, and then you have the audience to contend with. Those ones will not decide your fate. Do they want you to stay on the game or do they want you out? If they want you out, they would literally pump their votes for someone else that they feel is more deserving to continue in the game. So really, Precious, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all of your, submissions. They were really spot on. Thank you so much. Now let's quickly move on to Lutricia to hear what she has to bomb us with tonight. Hi, Lutricia.
Hi, Glory.
Precious has passed on the button to you to talk about Bella and Angela.
Yes, and she's passing on something that I did not want to touch. But firstly, before I say anything in short, Glory, I want to say to you, congratulations. I was happy with what I saw on Showmax, and keep it up. And I like it because your analysis, you are very proud of your analysis. You stand up for it, and you are unapologetic about it. Take it or leave it. This is Glory Elijah. You just give it as you are giving it on the show. Showmax or what? You are not you are not begging for anything. So keep it up because you are representing us, the family, very well. You are representing us well. And then moving to what Precious was saying. I was already planning my thing that to you, I'm going to say, as for Shex and Bella, Skara, I'm not going to say anything. Because these days, even when I'm watching Big Brother Bbnaija and I see them, Kadoye decides to go to them, I'm going to use a figure of speech and say, I hear them, but I don't listen to them. It's only that I'm not in control of the cameras. If Kadoye decides to put the camera on them, I hear because this thing is a ear. God made it to hear. So I hear, but I don't listen to them. But just touching a little bit on, as Precious already said, I must say something. I think Bella was supposed to be smart this week and see that actually she is, who's this? Shex is fronting with her. And then she is going to catch the bullets. Shex is fronting with her. I hope she can see that. But Shex, like she said, Precious, she was spot on. Shex is a player. Remember how nice he was when he was busy summarizing Bella. He was summarizing Bella and making her story short on the first week, making her everything, doing her breakfast, spoiling her rotten with everything and telling her all the nice words. All these bad words started to be now. After being sure that now he summarized her, then he started to come out as the villain, now the abuser, the manipulator. So I hope she can
think back and see that, you know what, because of that, now I'm in trouble. People are scared of him, and for people to get to him, because now people, when they want to get to Shakes, they will hit him with Bella, unaware that unfortunately she will end up going. Maybe she's leaving even this weekend. And moving on, because I'm not interested in these two people. Moving on, I want to add on what Shelly said. I liked it when she was talking about who's this? Groovy. I'm not going to repeat what she said because I agree with her. I'm going to talk about Phyna. People are saying Phyna is an alpha female. I don't understand how is she an alpha female. What are the characteristics of an alpha female? For me, she doesn't fit. I liked her from day one, and I'm going to qualify my statement. Why am I saying she doesn't fit to be a alpha female? One, from first week, when they came in, first day, if you can remember when they were talking around, introducing themselves to each other, Phyna spoke before Beauty, then other people spoke. Then when Beauty was talking, everybody went quiet. They listened to her. That it's something that she has, it's in her. They listened to her. She started talking. As she was talking, Phyna, I think about more than 2 times, she was interjecting in Beauty's speech. You can go back and check it. I'm qualifying it. I have receipts for that. She kept interjecting when she was talking, meaning that was the first sign to show that she can see that this one is a threat to me so far. And indeed, maybe I want to assume that Phyna already was eyeing Groovy, because we can't run away from the fact that Groovy and Shakes are good looking. They are very nice. They are charming. You understand? It's possible that she also liked Groovy, but then unfortunately Groovy went for Beauty. Beauty was crying to Phyna for her problems and all that. And now she gets disqualified. She moves out. And remember Phyna's words. She said, if I'm not evicted tonight, Beauty is going to get me tomorrow, because they had a squabble on a Saturday night party. But when Beauty leaves, instead of her being excited, she starts acting as if she's feeling pain for Beauty and all that. No, she must not pretend. This is a game of betrayal. We understand. It's okay. Then 2, the second thing, she had a friend, Amaka. Amaka told her, was open to her, talking to her as a confidant, told her about groovy things and all that. And then she did what she did. If Phyna was an alpha female, really, according to me, Phyna was supposed, on that day when Groovy found them sitting and talking, and he went and took Phyna by hand and to the other room, Phyna was supposed to say, I'm still talking to my friend and other housemates. If you want to talk to me, I will come and talk. Because if she took Amaka serious, and if an alpha female is someone who can lead, and a leader is someone, is not someone who manages people. It's someone who says, I will go first and check the road for you. You understand? So now she went and she continued with the relationship. An alpha female was supposed, when she sees that there's a beef between her and her friend, she was supposed to approach Amaka. Instead, it was Amaka who went to her, and they sat down, and then they started talking and fixed their things. The last one that I want to qualify my story with is the issue of the gossip and all that. Amaka was frustrated. It was clear to us, and I think it was clear also to the housemates, that the poor girl was frustrated, because now it was all the people of the other house against her on the issue of her friend. And she kept saying in front of everybody now that I only said nobody must look for Groovy, because Groovy is now with my friend Phyna. And she said that to someone who is a friend to Phyna, which shows that she was not betraying Phyna, because I cannot gossip bad about you, Glory, to your friend, because she is likely to tell you. You understand? So, and they did not know at the time that the houses will be merged. So by virtue of Chichi saying Amaka did not talk about the knocking and all that, Phyna still did not come to Amaka to say, you know what, I know shit happened, but you're still my friend. I don't like how it happened. I didn't appreciate it, but I believe you. I take your word for it as my friend. You understand? But then she just left her, frustrated as she was, that which I think is one of the things that contributed to her being on the chopping board when they were people were nominating. You get that? So okay, and moving on, she is now banning for the things that Ebuka was asking her to say. You told this girl that Groovy is not the kind of guy. What she says? No, it was before I came to him. But the same things before I came to him and knowing the better side of him. But she is complaining about the same things that she is saying. Beauty was saying negative about Groovy, which
maybe it was a lie according to her, but then here she is now, she is crying and banging about them. So I always say karma is a bitch. So I think they deserve each other. They are okay like that. Groovy is dealing with the right person. Whatever that he is doing, that he inherited from Shex, they deserve each other, just like her and Bella. They deserve each other. It is okay for them. I want to talk about Adekule. Oh, before I talk about Adekule, let me talk about the new couple. I started seeing them on Saturday. I don't think it was Doyin who started moves on Chizu or what, but then I thought it was spontaneous. I liked what they were doing. They started on Saturday dancing together and all that, and I thought, hey, we are watching you, these two, you see, and they kept doing that, and I truly appreciated it. I liked them, the two of them so far, and I like the truth that Chizu said. To say that means he realizes that we are in a house, in a different space. There is reality out there. When we go out of here, reality will check in. That is where relationships will be tested. So he doesn't want to hang himself and commit himself to say, I am going to get married or whatever, or we're going to continue. Reality will check in. One of them, Doyin might win. And after winning, she might change because now she's on the spotlight and all that. I think that was proper what she said. Because the recognition that they are going to get outside, it's something that they never had when they went in. So it is likely to change their characters, their liking. You understand? Not because they are bad people, but because it's just human for them to can be like that. So I like what he said because he was being real while playing the game. And I also want to emphasize again that this is a game of betrayal. Going to Brian, I like Brian, but this Brian disappointed me by nominating Amaka. But I think he's realizing it now, that it was a stupid idea that he did. No matter what the differences they had, when it comes to nominations, he was supposed to remember that the little number that we have of houses, because it's still in his head, the issue of the houses. He was supposed to try as much as he can to keep those numbers up, so that the people who are up or the people who must go is the people of the other house, so that it can be equal, maybe, from what he is thinking. You get that? Because he's still having this mentality of house this and house that. And I like Hermes. Hermes qualified it and rubber stamped it by doing what? Saving Adekule from his house, replacing him with him, showing him that if there has to be a save and replace, every person will go for the person from their own house and than the other one. So I like what happened. I hope it's a lesson to him from the way he was showing emotion yesterday. Maybe that is a lesson. And Adekule, I like him as well. I like Adekule. I like his strategy. He started with a relationship. It didn't work. He started by being reserved. Then he realized that people are walking over him. Then he had to come up with another strategy. I assume, he didn't tell me, but I want to assume that he started with a relationship, it didn't work. Then maybe he sat down and said, okay, let me come up with something. Then I'm quiet, people are walking over me. Okay, then because they're walking over me, let me come up, let me be the villain. Let me just be this problem person. Maybe it will work for me, which I think in that house, negative or positive, as it is maybe working for others. One way or the other, you must have a strategy, and you must be able to have a plan B. Like I said before they started, Glory, that these housemates, when they go in, you must always have a plan B to say if A doesn't work, you must have something to fall on. You understand? So just like Phyna, I don't think even if the relationship between her and Groovy breaks, I think she will still be able to survive. She will bring back that character of her, the crazy Phyna and all that, which I think that will be good for her, because that was her signature from week 1 and week 2 before Beauty left. And then the next thing, Beauty leaves, and then she's now running after a man. You get that? And Chomzy, I think Chomzy is threatened. The behavior that she gave to Phyna, I think she's threatened. Remember, Phyna, somehow the housemates are thinking that she is maybe strong because she's been up number of times, but she was never out. So they're already assuming that this one must be strong. So I think Chomzy, what she did, it was a strategy just to poke Phyna. You know, sometimes you poke a person, like you said, that Phyna must be careful. She might end up being like Beauty. If she allows people to get to her emotions, she might end up doing things that will open the door for her. So she had to be careful. That's why Chomzy poked her, and from there she withdrew and let her be the crazy person there. So she allowed it. She gave her what she wants. So, but I think Chomzy also did it out of frustration of being up for nomination, not knowing her status. Yes, I'm good with games, but then we're not sure outside, and I'm seeing danger on that one. And from there, yeah, I think that is all here. I said a lot. Hey, Glory.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Latricia. Thank you so much. That was really, really spot on. Yes, and I totally agree with you. These housemates, they are all playing a game of betrayal. And that's why whatever kind of analysis I give on my channel, Twitter, wherever, I always cap it up to say they are all playing the game. They're all playing a game, and it makes me laugh when I see how their supporters get all sentimental. Oh, you hate this person, you hate that person. No, the truth is, every given day, each and every one of those housemates, they come up with a plan B, as you called it. Maybe before they went to sleep, something they did during the day did not work in their favor. They have to think on top of their toes that, okay, what do I do the next day? I mean, look at Chomzy and Phyna that had an altercation today. Earlier, was it yesterday? They were on good terms. Even this morning, they were cool. Both of them were in the dressing area this morning. They were wearing a touch of red. Adekune was even joking with them. Oh, are you going out to the street? They said, yes, so we are going to look for fine men, new boyfriends. They were looking very excited, like sister. There was this Christmas going on between them. And then look at the afternoon. Chomzy was obviously, in a way, looking to create highlights. So she poked Phyna, and then she sat down and watched Phyna, let loose. So these housemates, at every given point in time, they want to be trending. They want to be on the radar. And mind you, these housemates, if you notice, those ones that really go crazy a lot during the week, most of the time, they are up for eviction. They are nominated. I mean, last week, all the house was up for nomination. We called last week the most mentally draining week in the history of Big Brother. There was this fight, there was that fight, there was this altercation. Everything was dramatic, over the top. And that was because the entire house, except the head of house and the fake housemates, were up for eviction. So this week, the same thing. The ones that are up for eviction, they would always want to do stuff that would make people, because us, the viewers, we like continuity. We see two people having, an issue, and we're like, okay, this person should not be evicted. Let's see what will happen next if this person is not evicted from the show. So it's a cycle and it continues like that. So really, thank you so much, Latricia. Thank you so much. Let's quickly move on to Chigozie. All right, Chigozie.
Hi, Larry. Good
Hi.
evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Fine. We've overflogged every issue, I would say. I'm just, I was put it like this, I'm just flabbergasted by the actions this week. Coming from particularly Checks and Bella. Particularly, I was not among those who were raising placards saying justice for Bella or justice for Sheg. For me, I said it on your page, those people deserve each other. I said something to someone that if this is what love is, then for me, I choose not to fall into that kind of love. Because we are seeing two people who are narcissistic, two people who are abusing themselves emotionally. As you see just two people, I think that I'm just angry at Bella because I had high hopes for her. I was ready to stand her when she came in. She came in with this female alpha vibe, like she's going to turn up things in the show, but she didn't give it to us. She just messed up. She was just hanging around with Shex. Like Shex, like you said, Shex has finally broken her walls. And the reason why she doesn't want to leave that relationship alone is because she finds herself entrapped in it. It's not like she doesn't want to leave it. She wants to leave it, but who will she actually go to when she actually leaves that relationship? She doesn't have anybody in the house.
Exactly.
Because one thing I always say to people, when you are making relationship, also consider like having friends along, carry people along. So that when that relationship falls, you have some people to fall back on. It's not just like you just push everybody aside just because you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. So for her, she doesn't have anybody else to fall back on. She doesn't have even Chomzy that she's even trying to say that she's her friend, but no, he's not her friend. And then coming to Groovy's situation, if we can all cast our minds back to the time Big Brother did the switch between Deji and Groovy, that time they switched houses. Groovy, in less than 24 hours, Groovy went and started checking Chomzy. and then
Chomzy.
that
Yeah.
her relationship with Phyna was not really valid or something like that. So I was like, wow, that guy is such a snake. What he's just looking for is just like picking people who are very strong personalities, strong ladies who are very ladies who are very strong in the house. So she can perch on them. I'm seeing one thing playing out in this season. Most of the guys are really looking out for girls who are strong. They don't want to be strong on their own. I'm talking about strong like the likes of Perry last year. People like Raw, they don't want to be strong on their own. They want to perch on another female and a female husband because they believe that the females gain more fans. So if they are able to perch on the female, then finally they can be able to save themselves or push themselves up to the finals. Well, I'm not seeing it this season. They're not really strong. Most of the guys, apart from Hermes, who's like always doing his breathing stuff. Apart from him, and then Adekunle is that Adekunle one day I'll feel like Adekunle is getting it right. The next day, Adekunle goes off. I'm like, this year unpredictable. For me, I choose this year not to have any fan, any person I'm going to start at all at all. Yes, immediately I was like fan and Maka small, but when they just when she started messing up, no. They just said no. There is nobody this year for me. This year is totally unpredictable. So not to flag anything, this is my own. You're doing amazing work. Thank you
so much.
From
Thank you so much.
I really love what you're doing. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Chigaze. Thank you so much. All right, we'll quickly move on to Akoswa. Hi.
Hi, Glory. Hi, Glory.
It's been a while. Where
Yes,
have you
Glory.
been?
I've been quite busy.
It's been a
I've been watching your
while.
live
I
shows
missed
after it
you.
has already happened. So I just come back and I have to watch it in the evening when it has already ended. Sometimes I just want to contribute because this season is just giving me headache. And it
I'm
gets to
glad
that
you
point
back.
where
I'm glad
I
you back.
just zone out the entire day because I just don't want to watch. I come back and I still meet highlights. And I'm like, hey, these people are really doing well. Oh. It's like, I don't know whether they were
Yeah,
coached before coming on the show because it looks like everyone is up on their toes, trying to like make a difference or make a point, prove a point before they are evicted or whatsoever because they are really strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Fine.
I just like to touch base on the likes of Chomzy and Phyna. So with Chomzy, I don't know what is with her, and I don't know if she feels she's that strong. Probably I get it because she feels in the house she's very competitive and people see her as such. So she thinks that is what the audience look out for. But throughout the years, one thing I've realized about Big Brother is that you can't really predict. There are people who have gone into the house, they are very competitive. You can't really predict what the audience wants from a winner. Last year's winner, last year's selection for a winner might be totally different from the next year or the previous year. So you can't really predict. There comes a year where you look at this winner, you be like, what actually did this person do? The person just came with a simple strategy, pulled it off, was able to connect with the audience emotionally, and they just go on to win. So I think in her head, she feels being strong in the house, being overly competitive, it's giving her that strong edge. She thinks that she's only strong, she's also strong outside. So it gives her the view to talk. I don't blame her, but I feel sometimes she should some of her thoughts should just remain in her mind because some of those thoughts will actually make people hate you. Because if I feel like you are trying to hate on my faith, then I'll come for you and I'll make sure that I'll not vote for you, and that's what will lead to your eviction. So even if you have something to say that, oh, I feel I'm strong, just keep quiet and let's wait till Sunday for your vote to talk. After, if you make it from that eviction, then we know that, oh, then you can stand and say that I stood with Phyna and the likes, but I was not evicted. Then that is when you can actually come and talk. But it goes on and you are talking and you are becoming annoying to the audience. And it is becoming very annoying, quite like, frankly speaking. And as for his Elo swag, I don't even want to touch base on that guy. I don't know what strategy he's running in the house now. He's just jumping up and down, and I don't know, like with his click with Hermes and Adekule and the rest. Well, Adekule and Hermes, they are quite strong from what I've been seeing. But you alone swag. Last week, if three people had gone home, you would have been part. So I don't know what is with the whole feeling himself and all that. And with their relationship, I feel Chomzy is kind of she's tired. She's exhausted from that relationship, and her actions show, her body, like the way her mannerisms are all showing that she's really tired of it, and she's just trying to. I think she's trying to push the groovy agenda. So in case Elosua goes home, then she knows that her strategy can still play on. So even though I was in a ship with this guy, so-called ship with this guy, now Eloswag is gone. Let me watch out for Groovy. Then as for Groovy, I feel she's just trying to see that Chomzy Chomzy is very competitive. The audience might like her. What if Fina goes home? Let me just tag along with Chomzy. Let me start pushing it. Like let me push it little by little. So in case Sunday Fina goes home, then I know that I have Chomzy to also continue my strategy with. So I think that is what Groovy is trying to do. And being that he's being a hypocrite about it and he's making the audience get so mad at him, because if it comes that Chomzy leaves on Sunday and Fina is still in the game, you will see that from that onset or from that instance, he will start pulling himself towards Fina again. And that's one thing I've realized about Groovy. Groovy is playing a very, very strategic and interesting game that I have never seen in the history of Big Brother. And it's working in his favor. Because as it stands now, people don't even nominate him. They forget him and Shakes. I don't know. They enter the diary room and they're nominating Rachel and Cheesy. I don't blame them. I don't blame them because they don't know their fake housing. But I expected them to like actually look for such strong. You know that people who are usually in the ship are usually strong outside. Why not nominate them so that you can actually break the ships? Because as soon as you break the ships, you scatter their strategy. And as for Bella, Glory, what I can say is that Bella came into the house with a strategy, but Shex was able to break through her strategy, and now it has left her wondering what to do next. So she's just playing along with Shex, and it's making her just sit down and say that, okay, drag me to the left, I'll follow you. Drag me to the right, I'll follow you. Because her strategy is sports, and her strategy has been distracted. So what she can do is to just wait for Shex to call the shots, and she's just following around like I don't know, like a chicken and its chicks. That's one thing I've realized about Bella. So Glory, yes, that's all I can say about this season. And they are really stressful, and every day there's something to. I don't know. There's always a conversation to hold about this set of housemates. At the end of the day, may the best person win. That's what we are
Yeah, thank
expecting.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Akosua. I mean, what you said is nothing but the absolute truth. These housemates, each and every one of them, they are so strong. They are so
Yes.
strong. Yeah, they are so strong and they create highlights in their own way. Even the one that acts like the most naive. Yes. Someone just dropped in the comment section and we should talk about Alison. How is no one talking about how Alison acts naive? And that's nothing but
Yes.
the truth.
Yes.
Alison
Yes.
is
That's
acting
very true.
so naive. Yeah, and it's quite interesting because most of these housemates, they are so young, the age of
Mm-hmm.
22, 21, they are so young, and then it makes you wonder, like, wow, is it that they're just doing this thing unaware, or is it that they're actually being very, very calculated, doing all of these
Yeah.
things? And it's quite
Glory,
interesting to study them.
Glory,
Yeah,
sorry to contribute this. Like I forgot about it, but with Allison and Hermes's relationship, has there been any conversation? I don't know if I've missed it, but has there been any conversation surrounding the fact that Hermes has two girlfriends outside the house, and would that relationship continue after the house? Because as it stands now, I don't know whether they are just moving with the wind and they are just the relationship is just for a stipulated period, like until the day 72, if you are still in the house, and
I
after
thought
the
so.
show is it a
No,
relationship that has a future, or they are just in it
no,
just
believe
because they
in
want to
that
be in the ship?
relationship at your own peril. Believe in that relationship at your own peril. Alison is too young to be
Yeah,
in that kind of polyamorous ship. And I'm
yeah,
sure even her family would not even want her to be in that kind of ship.
yeah,
Trust
yeah,
me. She will,
yeah.
her family, Alison is so young, 22. And guess
Yeah,
what?
I
Hermes
think
has talked about him that he's getting married this year, before the year ends. He's getting married to the two women in
yeah.
question. So
So
Alison
does that
cannot be
mean
a side chick.
does that make it just like more of like a sexual attraction kind of thing that is just because
It
they're in a
is
confined
nothing.
space?
It is nothing. Akosua, it is a scripted ship. It is part of the equation of the grand scheme of things of the show. Every season we have a scripted thing. We have something going on. And then at the end of the season, the 10th O Israel, those ones that decide that okay, we found love, they decide to get married. The ones that decide that okay, you're no longer sweet after the show. It's the 10th O Israel. Mhm. Anyway, thank
Wow.
you so much, Joshua. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you,
Let's
Glory. You can
move
also
on.
try and analyze Adekule. I don't know. Adekule is playing a good game, but sometimes he's too over calculative and
We'll
it's making
analyze
his
him on
fans.
Saturday. We'll
Yes.
analyze him on Saturday. There's still
Yes.
time to talk about
All
more,
right.
more housemates
Okay,
marriage.
Glory, good
Yeah.
night.
Thank you
Have
so much.
a wonderful and thank you very much.
All right, you too. Okay, let's move on to Sekai. Hi, Sekai. Are
Hi,
you
hi,
there?
Glory. Yes, I'm here. I've been waiting. It's my turn now. Yeah, I waited for a while.
I am glad
Okay.
it's your turn. I'm glad you're here. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been 3 hours already. You must be tired, Glory. I wrote down a few things that I just want to talk about, so that I don't
Okay.
mix up my points. The first person I want to talk about is actually Shags. I'm not going to so much talk about the ships, but I want to talk about strategies. And Shegs got training before he got into the house. You can tell because he's friends with a lot of people that have been, he's friends with Pere and all those people. If you Google
Of
him, you
course.
see there's pictures of them. He's got proper training. His behavior
Of
aside,
course.
that guy is playing a game that he's going to be loved in the end of this. Remember Perry, he was hated. If he keeps playing this game, watch people fighting for him in the end. I won't be one of those people, but he's playing that kind of game right now. Because if Bella leaves, he's going to be creating content by pissing on the bonnet of every single person in that house to the point where viewers will want to see that. So that is sort of where he's staged himself. Deji said something about Bella controlling Shegs. So you see, he's already pushed out that to the housemates that, oh, I'm the person suffering in this relationship. Bella abuses me. That's how they see it. And yet he's the one that is doing the most. Look, he's doing time in that relationship. I'll give him that. He's also in a prison. Bella is in a prison. But the guys are thinking it's Bella who's driving the ship, right? And yet that's not the case. But that's why he will not be nominated for the longest time. And for the people that came into this house without a strategy, how do you go into a game without a strategy? I mean, 100 million naira is a lot of money. It's life-changing. You are just there being taken by the wind. I don't get it. That's why I wanted to talk about Alison and her strategy. Somebody said, why are we not talking about Alison? I was just like, I'm coming because I actually have her on my agenda. Alison has a strategy. Alison has this very baby girl kind of look, very naive, but Alison wanted to attach herself with the biggest man in the house. That's why she spotted Ade and she went to Ade. Ade was not giving. When Deji came, she was like, fuck this. I'm going to the bigger one because Deji in stature was bigger, in everything was bigger. She moved to him. He was not accepting it. Then she thought, okay, Hermes looks stronger. Then she went to Hermes. That's a strategy. And can you see how she is floating by? She will make it to the end this way, hiding under Hermes. That's her strategy. And I think it's a good one for herself because she doesn't have anything else to give. She's just going to be the V of the season, basically, And Elo Swag thinks he is very gangster outside. Somehow, when he looks at himself, he thinks outside is voting for him. And it's actually very sad. I can't wait. It's one of those feelings where I have to say, can it not be Sunday today? Then after that, it can be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, just so that I can see their faces when Ebuka starts mentioning their names one by one. I can't wait for that. And then finally, my favorite person in the house is Doyin. I don't agree with everything that Doyin does because Doyin came as herself and she's thinking she's playing a game, but she is giving too much of herself to the point where she's advising she's being the friend you want outside. You can't be everybody's friend. And now she's faking a sort of friendship with the Ikoyis so that she can be seen like she's moved on from liking Shegs. It's backfiring left, right, and center. I'm so glad. Cheesy looks rough on the edges. He is not the most romantic person, but when Cheesy was fishing from Doyin's pool, I was like, what? He has a romantic side. I like that. And I like this new space that Doyin is finding herself in because I want to see her happy. And that's what she's always wanted. She said to Deji, our ship does not have to be the kissing, or hugging. I just want my own person. And I'm hoping she can get this person in Cheesy. And I wish she had done it earlier because Cheesy has a following outside. Cheesy has people that would die to vote for him, but they cannot. If she had done this earlier, she would have grabbed that audience. I swear, she would have probably made it this weekend. And I'm hoping she did it in time enough because Cheesy is loved. So I'm hoping that works for her. So I think that's all I wanted to say. And I just want to thank you for giving us this platform to vent. Some of us don't have any other, my fingers hurt when I type, and sometimes speaking is better because I type and I remove. I type and I remove because some of it is rude. I'm like, okay, I don't want to attack a person. But when we get this platform to actually speak like in person, I can say whatever I want and nobody's coming at me. So we want to appreciate your work as well, Glory. Sometimes you come with puffy eyes and all that. It's just amazing. Thank you so much for being there for us and for giving us this platform. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sakai. And listen, if anybody comes for you, I'm here to defend you. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. I guess I want to appreciate you for talking about Alison. And guys, there are a lot of things we're not talking about, but don't worry. Saturday, we're going to still talk more, all right? Tonight, it's just us talking about these housemates, or rather, things that happened from Sunday through to today. So don't worry, we're going to talk more about the other housemates come next week, okay? All right, so moving on, let's go to Patra. Hi, Patra. Hello, Patra. Patra, you have to unmute.
Can you hear me, Glory?
Hello. Yeah, we can hear you. Hi. Good evening.
Okay, good evening. So I've been your
Yes, you're
subscriber for a very long time, but I mostly don't say anything. But today I really want to talk about this Fina and Groovy's issue. To me, I feel Fina is the type of housemate that understands the game to a certain extent. So I feel whatever she's doing, whatever weakness she's possessing or showing us the viewer right now, it's strategic from my own angle. I feel it's very strategic. She wants us to see her like this vulnerable person, this person that knows how to love, and maybe she does people don't we don't understand her that way. She get, and I feel Groovy is feeling emasculated by the whole Fina's strength and all that. So he wants to be a Shegs to Fina, and he feels, I don't know, maybe somewhere in his mind, he feels that by doing that to Fina, he's somehow going to like get the whole Fina nation behind him. I really don't understand how it's playing out in his head. Then the other person I want to talk about is Chomzy. I feel right from the beginning, I've never liked that girl. Sorry to say, but because she's this bitter person. When they were in separate houses, the way she talks about beauty, like she has this god complex. Like she feels like everybody aside her is inferior and all that. So I never liked her. And seeing the way she's acting right now, I just feel she's setting up herself to go home this Sunday. Because the way she acts like as if she's an alpha female, and all the other housemates are not up to her. Like she always wants to be amongst the male housemates. Like to me, I just feel like she's thirsty. That's just what I feel about Chomzy. Then one other person I want to talk about is Daniela from the beginning, I really didn't like her though, but sometimes I feel pity for her when I see her crying and all that. But I've always known that Daniela is the type of person that she understands what she's doing. She knows exactly what she wants, and that's what she's doing. So all the times that we are seeing her crying is just for her to get sympathy from the viewers. And now the Daniela I'm seeing now is a very bitter gossip, like the type who doesn't know how to keep things to herself. Like she just wants to have opinions about other persons. And to me, I feel that's very, very bitter, and that will also bring her down. Then another person I want to talk about is Shegs and Bella. The only thing I have to say about those two is I don't know if there's a mail box where we can send in requests for Biggie to help us take Bella and Shegs out of that house with trash, because those two persons, they are so exhausting to watch. Anytime I see them, I feel like just bringing down my TV from where it's standing and just throw it out, because I feel Shegs knows what he's doing. Bella also knows what she's doing, but the problem is she feels.
Oh my God. Patra, are you still here? Hello, Patra. We can't hear you anymore. Please, Patra, if you're still here, let's hear you continue, please. Are you here? Ah, my God, we lost her. We lost her. That was really sad. Patra, if you're still around, you can still come back and round off what you were saying, okay? All right. We have Daniel here. Hi, Daniel.
Hello, Glory. Can you hear me?
Hello, Daniel. Hi. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me? I'm hearing you. Can you
Yes,
hear me?
hi, Daniel. Good evening. I
Good
can hear you.
evening.
Good evening. Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. How are you?
I am doing great. Thank you so much for joining the conversation this evening.
Yes. I really have to give you kudos. I have to give you kudos for all you do. You know, you are really doing a very good job. It's not easy because this season
Thank
is
you so
really,
much.
it's really really draining. You know, you know, this season just reminds me of a favorite food that you've been craving for. I want this food, and you got the food now, but you got it so much that you now got tired of it. It's just too
It's so
much. In fact, we are even now praying for them to evict people. Imagine, we are now praying. We are the ones now advocating evict people, please, big brother. What's happening? Because it's just too much. So
yeah.
it's kind of interesting, you know. And I think it's so I just want to talk of some things.
Okay.
The first thing I want to talk about was the strategies. You know, the strategies I've seen in the house has been really really very very similar to what we've been seeing in the past. There's no difference actually. Mhm. Because now when
Hmm.
you even talk about ships have been going on from the beginning, and most of the winners of the Big Brother show had been in ships. So because ships
Yeah.
get more time, and you know, I think apart from Ife and White Money, I think the others had ships one way or the other. Even okay, let's say Lekon, but Lekon's own. Yes.
Yeah. The call was
So
almost, but it wasn't really.
yes, he wanted to be in one. So that's just the thing. So, but I feel that it's a good strategy, but you need more. You can't just depend on ships. You need to do more. You need to
Exactly.
bring more. You need to bring more to the table, and that is what most of these housemates, some of them are missing. For instance, Groovy, Bella, and the other people in Yellow Swag and Chomzy, they are not doing enough to really bring more to the table, and that is going against them. Then for Shegs and okay, let me just talk of Shegs. Shegs now is playing the same game that Pere played by being a villain, and being a villain might help you go far, but it will not take you to the it will not win, it will not make you win, because there's nobody that has played the villain that has won Big Brother before. Most times people might come out just to vote against the villain when they see that the villain is
True.
about to win. Make sure that's what prevented people like Pere himself, CC, and some other people like that played the villain card.
Yeah.
Yeah, they couldn't win because of that role they played. So I think that Sheg strategy is going to backfire. It will take him far, but he can't win. He can't win. Then when you talk about bringing out more, let me like cowards now. You know, you've been mentioning these words since cowards, cowards, cowards. I know coward has won Big Brother before. So I pity people that are trying to play, oh, let me be careful. I don't want to step on people's toes. People, are you mentioning Brian? Yes. And problem with Brian now, Brian has fans, but he's picking the wrong fights. The fights that he's meant to come out
Yeah.
and fight, not fighting. Or he's fighting the wrong
Yeah.
fights. So he needs to really choose his fight carefully so that he will not be portrayed a coward. If not, I've not seen a coward win the show. So he has to really do what he can do in that regard. But I don't know. Everybody already has their mind formed. I think the winner is already obvious, and everybody just waiting for the show to end, in my opinion. You know, but let's just see how it goes. Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
But one character I like in the Big Brother house is Cheesy. I really love the guy. The guy is original,
Oh
a
my,
proper.
yeah, yeah.
To
I mean,
me,
I
it's the
really
best.
wish the guy was a real housemate to some extent, so that because if you ask me who I feel deserves to win that money, I will hands down say Cheesy because the guy is just honestly he's living up to assignment expectations, but then hey, he's a fake housemate, he's a rider, so
Yeah.
there's nothing.
Yes, his understanding of the game is exceptional. He's like he's one of us out here watching the show. You know, he's seeing through everything. He knows what is happening. The Sheiks and Bella fake relationship, he's seeing it. It's like everybody in the house is not seeing it. He's not intimidated by anybody.
Yeah.
He's just he's a perfect person candidate to even be a winner, as you said. But unfortunately, he's a rider, and there's only a limit to which he can go. But I am sure if Big Brother is being fair, they are going to have to find a way to compensate Cheesy for playing this game properly. At least more than all the fake castmates and more than his fellow rider, HL, because he has done a fantastic job, really. But apart from that, I think this season has been really successful. Really, I really enjoyed it. In fact, sometimes I have to put off the TV because it's too much for me. I've never seen a season like that. It's true. Before, especially when the season that Shex and Bella start their nonsense. I miss Channel 199 because Channel 199, I could always switch and say, okay, I beg, you guys should get out. Let me watch another set of
Yeah,
people.
it's overwhelming.
Yes, I'm stuck with them and I have to watch it. So it's really wonderful. Thank you very much,
Thank you
Gloria.
so much. Thank you so much, Daniel.
Yes, have
Yeah,
a
thank
good
you
night.
so much, Daniel. Thank you. Yeah, have a good night. Okay, so we'll quickly move on to Jawad. Hi, Jawad. Hello. Hello. Jawad, I can't.
Hello, good
Hello?
evening.
Oh, hi. Good evening.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
How
You've
are
been
you
saying,
doing?
ask me. You've finally been added. I'm happy you're here.
Uh, yeah, I'm happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Thank you so much.
Okay, so let's hear from you briefly, yeah, your thoughts about all the drama between Monday and today, Wednesday.
Okay, so let me start with Sheik's and Bella issue.
Okay.
I would like to address this thing. I think what I'm thinking is Shegs is using Bella without her conscience. She wasn't aware that Shegs is using her. You understand? So
Yeah.
Shegs is using her just to maybe he wanted to make it to the last stage, or he wanted to make it to the 9th week, or towards to that. You understand? So he's using Bella for his strategy. That's his strategy. But Bella has fallen in love with him, and what she was realizing these days is maybe she's in a toxic relationship, so she would just manage and go flow with it. You understand? But as my concern, Sheiks do not like Bella. Oh, he did not love Bella at all. I don't think he loved her. He's just using her for strategy. And the second thing is, if let's say he love her or you like someone, you cannot just be calling someone so stupid name that you wanted to call him. For example, the other time he called her sick, something like maybe stupid, maybe she's out of control, or she cannot, she don't know how to talk to him, something like that. You understand? So it's
Yeah.
very, very annoying. If you are trying to prove yourself, you are in a relationship with someone, you have to know the kind of tongues you are the words you are supposed to be using. So that is it. For Fina and Groovy issue, so before I move into the Fina and Groovy issue, I would like to address the shipping things in this Bbnaija. I don't like it at all. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Why?
That's why I like. The reason why is I just recall or just remember the last season, season White Money won the show. I am so
Yeah.
happy because I'm so happy for that person because he won the show. The reason why I'm so happy is just because he was not into ship. He was not into being an item with any person in the house. He just go on with his own strategy, and it simply defines that it is not must for every housemate to be into ship. Just he want to maybe I don't know, maybe they just want to make it to the final, but there are
Yeah.
high tendency that most people that get into ship do not win the show. Look at Licon, look at White Money, look at Licon, look at White Money. They have no shipping issue, they have nothing like that, but they just won the show. Remember what happened to Licoros last year? I think those
Yeah.
shippers, so-called shippers of Licoros and Emmanuel. So Licoros is more famous than Emmanuel. So Emmanuel used Licoros that very time. Yes, he has used
Of course.
Licoros, same as what Groovy is using Fina now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand me? So
Yeah. Yeah.
Emmanuel is using Licoros. That was what happened in the last season, and it end up for Licoros. Her votes been splitted into two. Instead of her shippers to focus on voting for Licoros alone, they now move on to vote for Licoros and Emmanuel. Knowingly that there are so many people, strong fan base for White Money that will vote for him and win the show. So that is what is going to happen for Fina this season. If she is not very, very careful and vigilant, I swear, if I have the opportunity to talk to Fina right now, or I to ask Biggie to just give me 1 second to talk to Fina, I will tell her that Fina, you are very, very strong outside. You are very, very strong outside. Apart from you, we have Hermes and Brian. These are the top three housemates we have with strong fan base, because I have gone through the community tab poll for on YouTube, and also I have gone through TikTok, I have gone through Facebook, Instagram also, just to accumulate those
This is
people
a
with
book.
more fan base, strong fan base, voting fan base, and I've just come across of Fina being at the top of it, then Hermes, followed by Brian. So if you understand me,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
if she just
Okay.
keep doing these things the way she is doing it right now, following Groovy, allowing Groovy to kind of um, tarnish her view outside, or letting her fans, just like maybe for example, I have many friends here that are voting for Fina. They like Fina, but they just keep promising me that if Fina and Groovy are still together, and probably they put up Groovy for eviction next nomination, possible eviction next week, they will vote for Groovy. Or if let's say they put up Fina and Groovy, they will end up giving 50-50 votes for Groovy and Fina. And you see, it's end up decreasing the number of votes for Fina. So if I have the opportunity, I will tell her
True.
that Fina, you are strong outside. You are strong outside, very, very strong outside. Just be yourself as you represent yourself to be in the show. Be yourself. I'm quite sure if she did not win the show, she just might be the first runner up. You understand? Just like what happened with
Yeah.
Licoros yesterday. Because I think I've been asking a lot of people, why do you people like Fina? Because there are some kind of attitude that when she displays, or attitude that she normally used to display is, and it's end up being maybe kind of annoying, you understand? But people still like her. They just keep replying to me or keep answering me that they like Fina because Fina decided to display her full reality. That is just how she is. Do you understand? She did not come to the show with any stupid strategy, nothing. She just come to the show with her full self, trying to display her reality, trying to display her real self. You understand me?
Yeah.
So that is it for
All
Fina. So
right.
I would like to advise her, please forget about these shipping things and move on
Yeah.
with your normal this thing. And also for
Okay.
Brian.
You have to round up,
Okay, I need to
Flower.
round
You
up.
have to try to round up. Yeah.
Okay. And for Brian, please, Brian has to stop what he's doing. Brian has to stop what he's doing. I do not like the way he used to address the women in the house, because he Hermes, he has issues. Approach them, confront them. as a man, face them face to face. Let's talk. What's the issue? Let's kill it. Finish it that very moment. But if let's say it's Amaka or if someone in the else in the house, who just confront him, start shouting, and I dislike this kind of attitude. Uh-huh. I dislike this kind of attitude. How would you just be as a man be confronting a woman, making your voice louder than her own? This is disgusting. It is
Yeah.
very, very annoying. And please, Biggie, I have one thing for Biggie. Biggie is too soft for these people, oh. Biggie is too soft.
Ah,
Biggie is too soft. I swear they have, especially Shegs. Shegs has been misbehaving, and he's just giving him small kind of punishments that everyone can just do it. Imagine he just give him an ephraim to wear, and they'll just be sending him to an errand, something like him. Very, very strong punishment that he gave to Fina the other time. Just
yeah.
recall this kind of thing. Fina has faced many challenges. So that is it. And
Thank you.
I think
Thank you.
the last thing
You
I
know
would like
what?
to address is yes.
We have to round off because we're trying to round off this live stream, okay, so that other people can speak. But don't worry, we're going to have this again on Saturday as we normally do. Okay? So I understand you have more
Okay,
to
no
say.
problem, no problem.
Just just save it for Saturday, all right? Then there'll be more time for Saturday, okay? But really thank you so much.
Okay.
And about the question you raised about sheep. Sadly, it is a strategy that will never go away anytime soon, as long as Big Brother is concerned. Not just Big Brother
Okay.
Nigeria, but there's also Big Brother from other countries as well. It is something that continues. And with Big Brother Nigeria, it is more poignant because the sheepers encourage it. And these
Okay.
housemates, they are not fools. They know that at the end of the season, it is only one person that will emerge the winner and claim all the prizes. So for some people
Exactly.
that are hopeless in the arena, that do not have the luck to win sponsor task, for them the only hope that they fall back on is the gifts that they potentially will get from shippers. At least we've seen this play
Exactly.
out over the years, right? We've seen
And
this play out over the
maybe
years.
yes, and
Yeah.
maybe
And
brand
these
brand
shippers,
brand things outside, just like what happened between Cross and Sasuke, that he has just declined 120 million contract between him and I because
he
he's not interested in the
rejected
shipping.
it.
Yes, I
Yes.
understand. Maybe
So thank you
that is it.
so much, Garage. We will definitely revisit other things we have next week. All right. Let's move on to Mara. Hi, Mara. Hello.
Hi, Glory. How are you?
Hello.
Hi.
I'm fine. Good evening, Mara.
Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. Thank you so much for being
First,
patient. I'm fine. Thank you.
first and foremost, congratulations. You're doing a wonderful job. You're really doing a great job.
Thank you so
Um,
much. Thank you.
there's one thing we haven't touched on is the Ebuka outing at Deji, and I think there might be two things that made Big Brother out Deji through Ebuka. One is the charging of Groovy. There was that disagreement that they had about Fina being
Mhm.
a little bit flexible on the Groovy side, whereby
Okay.
he ended up charging on Groovy. I think in a way he might have crossed the line because it
Okay.
was sort of looked like he was going to get physical. Then the
Mm-hmm.
second is the last thing he did with Chichi. Remember, as a rider, his work there was to scatter everything. But
Yeah.
in a way, he was speaking from both sides of the mouth. One side is
Hmm.
saying, "Oh, I can never have anything with this lady. I don't have this interest." Then at the same time, behind the sheets, he's doing something different. So
Yeah.
I think these two things might have contributed for him being outed and going home. As for Bella, like I said in the comment section, there's a lot of things happening in the world. I'm not about to pray for somebody who doesn't know what they need to do with their lives. It's a common sense matter.
Exactly.
And the way she's behaving, I do not feel sorry for her because I feel like she's playing into the game by manipulating the viewers into thinking she's a damsel in distress so that
Hmm.
she might be prayed for, win the sympathy votes, and all that. As for the rest of the housemates not standing up to Shegs, it's because Shegs has sold them this narrative of he's a big boy, so they want to belong in his club. That's why when they're going for nominations in the diary room, no one, his name is rarely mentioned. Why? Because they want to fit in his good books, good graces once he's out of the Big Brother house. But what is disappointing is that a few housemates literally know why they're in that house. They're in that house. There's 100 million on the line to be won. So I do not understand why somebody is going in there to be in anyone's good graces. Doyin has gone and carried the a psychiatrist, psychologist hat. He's the one who's giving marital advice on how people should be in a relationship, and she's not even in one herself. So I'm not even understanding what that is all about. Okay, she's there saying, I understand. Stop placing yourself in situations whereby you're going to cry later and say, oh, people are saying that I like poking my nose into other people's business. Yes, you do. Because the moment you hear them talk in an undertone, that means they're fighting. Your ass cannot move and go and brush your hair or your weave or even paint your
That's why
nails
she
if
starts
you need to.
pretending that she's
You're
doing
there.
her makeup. And she'll be looking. She'll be doing her makeup. She'll be looking.
It's not like we're going for a beauty pageant, so I have to fix my face. Move. Go to the garden. Go do some sit-ups. Go do some squats if you need to. Because as long as you're there, you're going to be dragged into things that have nothing to do with you. The one person I have to give props to is Adenkule. Adenkule has not fallen for that big boy Shegs nonsense. He looks like he knows what he's doing. He came, the ship thing was not working out, so now he's gotten into the manipulation, instigation side of things. He likes poking trouble. In fact, Big Brother should have used him as a rider instead of Deji. He might have done better. For Chizzy, and I think Chizzy tried to talk to Doyin in a language she might understand, but Doyin took it the wrong way. So the only way for Chizzy to kind of save Doyin is to now place himself in a situation whereby should she go back into the nonsense ship, he'll be dragging her out and finding something constructive for him to do. Because Doyin is a very smart woman. And that's why, and this thing of I think Shegs might have weighed the two women in his hands and realized that he could not play those manipulative games with Doyin. So that's why he has to settle for this naive lady, Bella. That way, I will pamper you, give you princess treatment. Then after that, I will flog you with mental abuse. Then you'll be crying beneath the pillows. Then I'll come and hug you. And that cycle will repeat itself over and over again. And we'll never see the end of that unless one of them is out of the house. That is when it's gonna stop. But so far, they are better than Shine Your Eye. At least we get entertainment if not every day, every other day. For Chomzy, I think for Phyna, she has an inclination that the person that Groovy wants to leech on next is Chomzy, only that she's smart enough not to say it out loud. As for Chomzy, Chomzy is playing nativity that he doesn't know what the underlying issue between her and Phyna is. Her underlying issue is she thought once the house has merged, Groovy would automatically drop Phyna for Chomzy, but that didn't happen. So what do I do? Why can't I just start instigating some fights that have nothing to do with anything? And for Groovy, whoever thought that Groovy was a good person, Groovy is a silent snake, a green one at that, moving in the green grass and waiting to see whose heel to bite. And what he does, I hope people are noticing, is he sets somebody on fire, then pulls himself aside to see what is going to happen. When somebody who is highly temperamental, like the way Beauty was, when she reacted, people used to see Beauty as a person with the problem, but they didn't know what the underlying issue was. So he plays it safe. So he's seen as, oh, I don't think Groovy can handle Beauty because, hey, that temper that Beauty has, I feel sorry for that boy. Don't feel sorry for that boy. He knows exactly what he's doing. Groovy and Shegs are one and the same person. It's only that one is darker and white is the other one is light skin, but they're the same people. For Bella, we don't know. I sometimes I don't know. As for Daniela, let me come to her matter.
Oh no. What just happened, Mara? No. Oh my god, we just lost Mara. Okay, we just quickly move on to Clara then, because we have to round off, okay? Hi Clara, are you there? Hello, Clara.
Yes, I'm on. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you, Clara. So you're gonna have to be very brief, all right? Very brief, so that we can
Oh my
actually
God.
round off. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna try
Yes.
my best. I've been trying to get on this show for months and months. It's like, oh my God, even my kids had to keep trying to make sure that you're the backstage, you wait. I'm like, okay, anyway. Glory, so proud of you from Botswana, South Africa, Tanzania. We are rooting for you. And we are rooting for Phyna, by the way. So I'm going to be trying to be as quick as possible. I'm like, it's been 3 hours this week, the Saturday that I've just been trying to get in. I watch and I'm like, can I say a word? Because this show, I never speak. I always listen. It has boiling, my blood has been boiling because of the chaos that's going on in this show. I have an 18-year-old daughter and a 16-year-old boy, and I say these people are crazy. So I'm going to be very quick. I'm going to speak about the Bella and Sheg's relationship. First of all, I would have disqualified them. Simply
why?
Sheg, they abuse the mental and emotional abuse. That will take years for Bella to recover, vice versa. I don't know what strategy, I don't know how Big Brother South Africa plays this game to a point where you're stripping somebody's soul. When I heard Bella crying 2-3 days ago, it shocked me, and she keeps taking it, and then she goes back to him. She keeps taking it, she goes back to him. She clearly comes from an abusive home where this is meant to be okay, or she's so desperate that she needs to be with this boy. So I hate them. Like many people, I don't want to see. I hate Shags. You don't understand. When I see him, he's not even wearing his apron properly. They are scared to punish him. They are scared to send him. I don't know how it is in Niger. That's one. I'm sure everybody has spoken about them. Then let's go to my dear Phyna. Phyna is a sweetheart. Groovy, everybody has said he's a player. He's there to. He's like in my culture they say, for me to hurt you, I have to be on your skin. He's holding on to Phyna just for the moment, and he's pinching Phyna. What made me so angry about Groovy, I supported that relationship for a little bit, but when he started abusing verbally Phyna and realizing she's up for eviction, instead of being supportive, he's shouting, you don't talk to me like that, you don't do this, you don't do. And I said, what is wrong with this generation of children where men are allowed to talk to our daughters like this? And we allow it. And I said, I hope Big Brother is noticing this. And there's a psychologist dealing with this generation, which are called, not Gen Zs, they are millennials. The millennials are like this. Hence, we have a gap in society of this type of kids that just are on each other, cat and dog. The suicides, the murders, everything is because of this type of children, when you look at psychology. And when you see it on television, I'm hoping that Big Brother is actually calling chairs and if Groovy to the diary room, says, you do not talk to a woman like that. You have to have respect. There has to be some form of reprimandation when they go off on women like that.
I think let me cut in briefly. You see, this thing you just mentioned, to be very honest, I personally have thought about it a million times over. That why isn't Big Brother calling these men to order, even the females too,
Yes.
especially when the verbal abuse becomes too much. And to be very honest, a typical example was on Monday. Out of the people I spoke with about that Bella and Shek's altercation, they were mentally drained. I personally,
Yes.
I
I
was
was too.
mentally drained. In as
I
much
couldn't
as I
believe
knew
it.
that there was strategy involved, I was drained. Like it took me a while to recalibrate my mind into the present. I was lost. I'm like,
Correct.
what? How can this be happening? But then again, what I think Big Brother is doing is he recognizes that it is a show, right? He's the host of the show. So what he's doing is he's allowing the social experiment to play out. Why? Because everything we see that's happening on the show, it is a typical reflection of the society. It is
Correct.
reflecting, it's mirroring the society. What you see those housemates displaying in that house, it is not alien, it's not foreign. It's
I
something that even most of us on this platform right now, we display on a day-to-day basis. Nobody is
exactly
innocent out of it. The only difference
correct.
is they are displaying their flaws, their
Yes.
excesses in front of the camera 24/7. So we are seeing them, right? So that's the only difference. And so I feel like if Big Brother has to constantly call them to order in the diary room, then that rawness, that authenticity that they should be displaying on the show, it will be lost. And that is when you will now see the real scripting being played out. That's when you now see people acting, oh, good morning. Oh, how are you today? People will start acting very British and English and all goody two
Oh
shoes.
gosh,
But for now,
Shakespeare's English is just
I feel
tiring.
like this brother is just allowing them, to be in their authentic self. And if at all they want to add strategy to it, then put it in there. Let it be the choice of the viewer to now decide that okay, this particular authenticity and script, we don't like it, we're not vibing with it.
Yeah.
So you get out and you stay and you win the money. So that's what I think.
Okay. Anyway, I can't that part I can't fathom that. I think we do know that our youngsters are lost, and this platform with this particular group of kids, I'm gonna call them kids, they do need some direction. And I hope when they do their psychology, when they go for their psychology before and after, they learn a thing or two. Because what
Hmm.
this lead type of leaders that we are creating, they're not leading us anywhere. So maybe Big Brother should think about it. I think when we had the South African Big Brother and the men started having the men camp and they started stereotyping the women and give them names, Big Brother had to stop it because South Africa went wild. They said it's not
Yeah.
equal. You do not stereotype a woman. You don't call me a name. We are playing the same game. Respect must be it must be respected within the game. There must be rules. So this game is played with no rules. And poor Phinia, I mean, what I supported the ship. Now I hate Groovy. Poor Phinia has not had a moment to rest. She cooks, cleans, takes care of this boy morning and night. And then when he realizes that I need to, pull up my game and be like Shags, I don't know what discussion they had when they were camping. Now it's like he's mistreating Phinia. And I wish like Phinia could realize, everybody's been saying it, that she's a powerhouse. And this season, guys, let's have a woman that is authentic. She has not had a weekend off. She cooks, she cleans, she takes care of people, she keeps the house nice and going. Everybody's happy. But I'm sorry. I don't sleep at night. These parties are late.
But can I say something though? Can I say something though? So this is
Yeah.
what see at the start of this season, there was something I kept on chanting that may the best villain win. And I kept on saying that, and I'm still on that because White Money, he came with a very good strategy last
Yeah.
season. But the
Yeah.
truth is, it's now failed. I don't want to see that kind of strategy anymore. So Tina has got a lot of things going for her. She's
Yeah.
very loud, it's working for her, it's creating highlights for her. She's in a shift, there are people that are supporting the shift, they are voting for her still. And then she's taking care of the house by cooking. Now you see that cooking part. I'm gonna be frank with you. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Because once
She
again,
should.
I'm seeing another white money strategy, and I
Yeah.
don't want it. Yes. So I'm not gonna be that person to now come and start playing the BP card like, oh my god, Tina is stressed out. She's been cooking. The question is who sent her to cook? After all, they all had a meeting and they asked for people to volunteer to cook, and she volunteered. So it's a self-inflicted harm that she inflicted on herself. It's not by anybody. I mean, look at the likes of Daniela. Daniela does not know how to cook jack.
Oh,
Joey does not even
Daniela,
know how
she's
to
a
boil
disaster.
noodles.
I don't know when she's going home.
Exactly. Daniela knows that the strategy that works best for her is to be spooning around and doing stuff beneath the ship, and that's
Yeah.
what she's doing. That's what she's going by. Now, Fina bringing on that white money strategy already. She's already doing the who they. We know that white money was the one that owned
Yeah.
that chant last season. So
Correct.
now, I'm not trying to decampaign Fina, to be very honest. I'm not doing
We
that,
gotta
but I'm
campaign
going
for
by
Finn.
what
I
you
think
said.
for me, a woman must win this year. A woman must
Well,
win, guys.
fine. At the end of the day, this is what I would say. This is what I would say. For me, it does not matter the gender. May the best player win. And
The
if the
best
player
player at the
feels,
moment is
if the
Fina. Fina
player
is
feels
playing the
that
game.
if the player feels that climbing on top of the ceiling is going to make them win the money. If the player feels that walking on their heads around Biggie's house is going to make them win, then let them win. For me, anybody that's coming to this show to come and replay a strategy of a previous season, for me, I feel like that's actually weak. I do not see that as a strong game. Last season, a lot of us saw white money cooking till day 72 as a strong strategy. Yes, that's because it's a never before or a never seen before kind of strategy. Now, if Fina is cooking, if Chichi is cooking, if Rachel, who is a fake housemate, of course, is cooking, for me, I feel like it's a copied strategy. And for me, it's boring. It's boring. Get useful elsewhere. Do something elsewhere. All right. And that is why I said Fina is not only cooking. So people should not base the fact that, oh, because she's cooking, she's stressed out, she's exhausted, so people should vote for her. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to stand for that. All right. There are other things that qualifies other housemates to be voted for and even Fina to be voted for. I think we should focus our energy on that, but not on the cooking part, please. Okay.
Yeah, no, I didn't
All
mean just
right.
the cooking part. I mean, think she's not just doing cooking. I think she's dancing. She's participating in groups. She's keeping the house happy. I mean, she's a ball of fire. I mean, she's entertaining, and I like her story. And I just hope Groovy does not ruin her game. And yeah,
Yeah.
and let's look forward to Sunday. I'm disappointed they didn't pick Shares in the nomination. I got so angry when Shares wasn't called up. I don't know what they're scared of, but hey, my girl is Fina, and I can't wait to see Shares and Bella go. Oh, they must be separated to see how, because Bella, I think she has something in her, but I think Shares has stopped her from becoming her own.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Clara.
Thank
Thank you
you
so much,
very
Clara.
much. Yeah, we'll see you on
All
Saturday.
right. All
Okay.
right. Bye. Okay. Wow. Thank you so much, guys. I'm looking at the comments currently, and I'm seeing someone saying that Glory has succeeded in selling Fina to us. It's really exhausting that I am not speaking French. I'm not speaking any other language other than the English language right now. And that person chose to hear what they want to hear. But it's by the ways. I'm not going to blame that person for not having comprehension. Yes, it's really a skill to have comprehension. You really need to pay attention to understand what we are talking about. Okay, and yeah, thank you all so much, anyways, guys. Listen, I want to appreciate every single person that has spoken up here tonight. Thank you all so much. I recognize that tonight is a work day of the week, and it's not easy to be part of such a hectic conversation. This conversation is really, really hectic to have. It takes all of your emotions to get involved. So, really, thank you all so much. God bless all of you for turning up for Glory Elijah. And, guys, one very important announcement. I said I was going to talk about this on Saturday, but I forgot. So I have been receiving a lot of messages, right? On Twitter, Instagram, people asking, oh, Glory, do you run adverts on your channel? Guys, I actually do. All right, it can be done if you want. So if you have a business, if you have a business that you want to create awareness about, then send me an email. All right, please don't send a DM because it could get swallowed up with the multiple DMs I receive on a daily. So please send me an email. As you can see, let me see if my email is on here. It's not really on here, but it's FSW Glory. Let me type that out right now. FSW Glory at gmail.com. All right, at gmail.com. That's my email. That's my email address. So if you have a business that you want to create awareness about, then kindly send me an email. All right. And guys, it's going to be really selective. Okay. I'm not going to be doing music promotions. I'm not going to be doing video promotions for the sake of copyright, please. But if it's any other business that you have and you want to actually promote it, then surely shoot me an email and we're going to talk about it. And don't worry, I'm not going to charge you too much. I'm not going to charge you too much. And the only reason I'm going to be charging is because, well, you have to get value or money for your value or value for your money. All right. So send me an email and we're going to talk more via email. So remember, if you have any business whatsoever that you want to promote, that you want to push out there, and you want to leverage on this space, you want to leverage on Frankly Speaking with Bbnaija, just go ahead and shoot me an email and let's get down to talking about it. Okay. Do not think that Glory does not do adverts on this channel. I actually do. Who am I? So I actually do. All right. Now, finally, thank you all so much. God bless all of you for your time. Guys, this is going to happen again on Saturday, 3 p.m. WAT. We do this every Saturday. And same time next week, Wednesday, we're going to meet again. 7 p.m. WAT Wednesday. The same way we did today. We're going to do the same thing next week, Wednesday as well, and Saturday as well. All right. Now, all of that said, everybody have an amazing night's rest. Have a fantastic night rest. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And don't forget to tune into my channel. There are more videos that I'm going to be pumping out tomorrow, next tomorrow, every day as usual. And guys, if you have not liked this live stream, please, I beg you, give this live stream a huge thumbs up. Please, I've been begging you guys for days now. I'm going to continue begging. I don't have shame on that one. I'm going to continue begging. Please like my videos. All right. It's an encouragement to let me know that as many of you that tune in to watch my content, you actually do enjoy the content. All right. So please, I beg you all, like this live stream and please also like my videos. And for that person that actually drops a token, thank you so much. Happy endings. Thank you so much. Happy endings. God bless you richly. Thank you so much. All right. Now, all of that said, I'm going to leave you guys with this little infomercial about Frankly Speaking with Bbnaija. Do enjoy the rest of your night. Bye.
Hey, stop right here. Don't go anywhere. You are especially welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Bbnaija and this right here is Frankly Speaking with Glory. I am the girl with the tea. I give detailed analysis of reality TV shows like Big Brother Naija, like Nigerian Idols, like The Voice Nigeria. You know, basically any reality TV show that actually interests you, it automatically becomes my interest as well. I literally carry over my head. I give detailed analysis, I give detailed reviews. I run commentaries also because I want us to have fun. I want us to catch cruise. I want us to, you know, vibe, to stuff like that. And reality TV shows are not the only kind of content that I put out on my channel. I also do movie reviews. So you see this Bbnaija of a girl, she's a very, very boring sport. Guys, for real. I am super, super boring. However, whenever I feel like passing my time, you know, just having my own fun, chilling, being in a zen mode, I catch up on movies, which I find very, very interesting or exciting. But also, guys, I love reviewing those annoying ones because, hey, we have to call them out. You cannot come and waste my data, you cannot come and waste my precious time watching some really annoying movies. And I also talk about trending social topics because, of course, this life has to be balanced, okay? It's not all about entertainment and fun all the time. We also need to talk about those serious issues that concerns me, also concerns you as well. You're about to have a blast on this channel. I also share my life experiences from time to time. Yes, that is
when people ask me to talk about it. But if people don't ask me to talk about it, sometimes I do not feel the need to talk about it. I like keeping my private things private. But once again, you are welcome to my YouTube channel, and as I told you before, you are in the right space. Trust me, you will be so addicted to this channel. People are going to be asking you, what's happening with you? Are you okay? And hey, don't forget to turn on post notification, all right? That is the best way for you to always receive alerts of my videos. So you see what I'm doing on my screen right now, just do exactly that.